back-to-back games. We'll be back here tomorrow night as well. Quite a story about the Newfoundland Regiment, folks. If you're a fan of any of the world wars, they lost over 750 men in one battle alone in the First World War. They've been rebuilt, of course, and continue to this very day. And a tremendous story on the Royal Newfoundland Regiment.
We now invite her Honorary Colonel Aylward, to drop the special ceremonial first block for our Newfoundland Regiment. Captains, please join us at center ice for the puck drop.
Ceremony. Fourth year, Alex Mercier.
Newly named captain of the Newfoundland Regiment at practice yesterday.
Alex Mercier, the captain of the Moncton Wildcats. Both players will greet each other there like you would.
Wow. I mean, just listen to this place, yeah. Brian.
Dawson Sharkey and Chase Anderson.
Well, there we go.
There's the cannon. That makes it official.
The inaugural firing of the cannon from our owners to officially kick off the inaugural season of the Newfoundland Regiment.
Our radio audience.
Billy Hart from Coast 101.1.
national anthem here at the crowd. Mary Brown Center, downtown St. John's rather, at the foot of George Street almost. Both teams on the ice, of course, with the dignitaries, the red carpet, and the regimental band playing Ode to Newfoundland and, of course, our national anthem. Yeah, let's get back to looking at the Moncton Wildcat lineup. We welcome a lot of new Wildcats to this very quick and mobile Moncton Wildcat team. It's defense of the Gilles Cousteau Trophy, which we won on the 19th of May. And here we are on the 18th of September with Game 1 against the Newfoundland.
Atmosphere in here tonight. And let's fire up some traditional Newfoundland music.
You know now.
And we'll kick off this kitchen.
Number 86, Simon Beckley with the next Mercier, Ryan Chudzinski. Riley Sampson with Spencer Thornborough. And number 19, Noah Cervelis.
What a wonderful way to kick off this season, the CHL season as well. We're not only kicking off the QMJHL season.
Also paired up tonight, Matt Virgilio, the veteran just in from the OHL. Welcome, Matt, to the Wildcat family. And from Glenville, New York, Tommy Blyle. Jackson Batchilder teamed up along with Aiden Diamond, two great PEI defensemen there. Also on the defense court tonight, from Minabel, Quebec, Dominic Dechak. All right, both teams skating around. I can tell you, most teams are chomping at the bit. The opening ceremonies do go a bit long, but that is traditional. 7:17 time here in St. John's, Newfoundland, with that half-hour difference. Adam McLaren, welcome back, our great producer, back at our Inspire FM studios. And again, a big salut, bonsoir, hello to all our FloHockey audience tonight. Wherever you may be, enjoy the game. Welcome back all our great sponsors. Our principal sponsor, Maritime Hydraulics. Subaru Moncton with our pregame and postgame shows. Brown Plaza, Baton Rouge on the power play. Faro Waste and Recycling, sponsoring our penalty killing. Yip Cider in the first period. Our scoring summary and intermission features Slush Puppy. Third period, Eastern College. And don't forget time of the goal. Assurance Bienot, can't forget that. Ready to go here in St. John's. The puck has been dropped to start the 25-26 season through the middle of the ice. The Regiment are going to shoot it in. Moncton has the puck at center. They're going to slide one down the ice. That could be a quick icing call. There's the whistle there. Voronin slapping one in from the red line, icing the call. 10 seconds gone, ladies and gentlemen. We are underway. About 10 days earlier, actually, than last year. We opened up at home last year, if you'll recall, with an overtime setback to Bathurst and a Halifax defeat. Things got a little bit better after that. Kidding, of course, with a 53-win season and a number of records set last year by your Moncton Wildcats all the way to the championship trophy. Behind the Moncton net, slid around the boards by Fortier Gendron, kept in at the blue line by the Regiments. Emile Padon, the veteran quarterback on that blue line. Through the middle, Voronin, lots of moves, slides it in the corner to Nico Tornas, rubbed up on the boards. Here come the Regiment. Saucer pass through center, intercepted by Fortier Gendron. He'll hammer one back in behind Vekvanags. Picked up in the zone. Here they come in, Liam Arsenault, knocked down. Mercier tries to steal it, moving in front, the backhander, they score! The Cats on the board! Ryan Chudzinski. I think Liam Arsenault was trying to carry the puck out, intercepted by Mercier. He got the puck to number 22, and Chudzinski giving Moncton a 1-0 lead at 42 seconds in. Liam Arsenault knocked down, Mercier tries to steal it, moving in front of the franchise. Liam Arsenault knocked down, Mercier tries to steal it, moving in front of the back. Persistent checking by Mercier, forcing the loose puck. He tapped it to the incoming Chudzinski, and he tapped the little backhander in on the way by Bikas Vekvanags. Cats are up 1-0. That goal at the 42-second mark. Time of the goal, Assurance Bienot. Moncton again, only 4 players on the ice. May 19th, when the Cats took the cup. Mercier, McKinnon, Fortier Gendron, and Preston Lounsbury. I want a big shout out before I forget. La grand-mère de Monsieur Mercier, Carole Boutin. If you're listening, Carole, bonne soirée. Alex wanted me to pass that along. Carole Boutin, la grand-mère de Alex Mercier. Bonsoir. Loose puck at center ice, battle at the blue line. Cats up 1-0 on the goal by an early one. Ryan Chudzinski. Puck in the neutral zone. Here come the Cats through center. Mercier, fourth year now, cuts to the middle. A drop pass intercepted by the Regiment. It'll slide back to the blue line. And by the incoming defenseman there for the Cats, Matt Virgilio. Here come the Cats through center. Simon Binkley, Fairbanks, Alaska, number 12. Second year with the Cats, pushes the puck into the corner. It'll sail back to the blue line. Fed back into the corner by Aiden Diamond. Back to Diamond. There's the shot block. Chipped by him. Oh, he intercepted it. Clever boy. He'll shoot that in by Marmaluk at the Regiment blue line. 18:27 to go in the first period. It's a 1-0 Cats lead on the goal by Ryan Chudzinski here to get things going. Puck shot in by the Wildcats. In behind Vekvanags. It's along the blue line now to the point. Justin LaRose chips it out and down the ice. A slow roller into the Cats corner. Diamond is there. He'll protect the puck and sweep a backhand pass around the wall. There come the Cats through center. Picking it up, Spencer Thornborough. Airborne puck hit, I think, the bottom of that clock, and that'll stop the play with 17:59 to go in the first period. Marty Kingston here at the Mary Browns. Game one. Had to dust off a little rust tonight, folks, to get back into the swing of things after May 19th. 87-game season last year for your Wildcats. That includes the Mem Cup. How thrilling and exciting was that? The Cats meeting Rimouski to get a date with London, only to fall to the Knights, who went on to beat Brandon, of course, to take that Memorial Cup. Face off at center ice. Lounsbury, along with Tornes and Voronin, shot in by the Regiment. It's in the corner. Fortier-Gendron there around the wall to the open side. It'll slide through center. Emile Pedon going after it. The veteran D-man, a leader on that blue line brigade. Puck shot out to center. Intercepted by the Cats. Virgilio battling in the neutral zone. It'll slide back to the Cat blue line. Tommy Blyle slides it across. Lounsbury on his off wing, cuts to the middle. They're moving in close. There's a play in front of the net. A reset there to Tornes. Nice setup by Voronin just ahead of Tornes. Puck chipped down the wall off the Wildcat bench. Lounsbury in a little bit of a shoving match there at the Regiment bench. No penalties yet. Referees are Jesse Gore's off wing, cuts to the middle. Through Daniel Lyman and Max Desjardins and Sheldon Keogh. Cuts to the middle. Tomorrow night. They're moving in close. There's a play in front of the net. Atlantic time with that half-hour time difference. Cats up on the board. 1-0 on the goal by Chudzinski. Waiting for that official scoring summary to appear on the league website. Jacoby Weiner in goal for your Wildcats, wearing number 35, 6'4". 1-0 Cats have the lead, 17:20 to go in the first period. Action will kick in a little bit later this week with more games, and we'll certainly go around the queue for you at each and every opportunity. Coming up in our broadcast tonight, Will McLaren, our guest in the first intermission. Greg Turner is here at the game. He'll drop by in the second intermission for a live chat. Greg, a longtime Wildcat fan, supporter, and former employee with the team media relations back in the day. Here come the Cats over the Regiment blue line. Binkley throws a pass in front. Mercier with an off-wing one-timer. It may have hit Vekvanags and slid by the post. Good setup there by Binkley to Mercier. Shot in by the Regiment. Number 5, Kingsley Austin. Puck in the Moncton zone. The Regiment trying to get control. The Cats are going to throw it off the boards. It'll be Mercier through center. Lead pass. Chudzinski, that'll slide to Vekvanags. Chudzinski showing up, number 22. And play stopped with the puck being held by Mikas Vekvanags. Montreal Canadian property, 6'2" Latvian. He is 19 years old. Back in the day. And again, to repeat the NHL Cats, number 9, Gabe Smith, number 38, Eric Wallenius, number 18, Caleb Denoyer, number 25, Rudy Guimard, number 74, Otto Magnuson, number 14, Teddy Mutrin, and number 71, Graydon Robertson Palmer. Puck in the corner in the Regiment zone. Cats up 1-0. If you're just tuning in, good evening. Early goal by Chudzinski, 42 seconds in. Through the middle of the ice, Aiden Diamond snaps one in from center. The Regiment trying to get control. Riley Sampson intercepts a puck, knocks it down to stabilize it. They're trying to get the puck battle, one in the corner. Thrown in behind the net by Thornborough. Sampson back to the blue line. The Cats across the blue line. Diamond at the net. Easy pad save. Vekvanags on that low wrister from Diamond. 1-0. 16 minutes to go in the first period. Cats have the lead here in the league opener. Brand new franchise, the Regiment here in St. John's. Here come the Regiment through the neutral zone. Backhanded in, it's a rolling puck in the zone, picked up by Diamond. He's in behind the net, he'll throw it around an open wall. It'll come back to the point to Olivier Sanson. Just acquired, I believe, from Big Como in a trade. Centered by the Regiment, loose puck. Nice play by Varonin. He's got a lot of moves. He'll fly down the right side. No stick now. He lost his stick at the Cat bench. He'll head back for a new stick as the Regiment slide one through center. Marmaluk over the line. Give and go drop pass. Nice play. Intercepted. Who's there but Voronin? It's a 3-on-2 technically. He'll go to the backhand, cut around. He's in behind Vekvanags. Out the other side. 1-0 Cats. At the point. Lyle shot. Pad save. Rebound. Cleared away by the Regiment out to center. Lyle is there. Hammer a pass off the boards. Delayed offside. Cats have to scoot back. 14:58 to go in the first period. Moncton 1. Ryan Chudzinski from Matt Virgilio. At 42 seconds in, I thought Mercier could have got this there. They may review that. Chasing the puck down the ice. Victor Morisset, tall number 17. The Regiment go through center. Chudzinski out to center. Shot back in by there's a breakaway and a series of bouncing pucks. Looks like Chudzinski, a shot. Nice save. Vekvanags. That puck floated around between some players at center. In broke Chudzinski with a bit of a chip shot on the glove side. Good save, Vekvanags, to keep it 1-0. 14:26 to go. Capacity crowd here in St. John's. Marty Kingston tomorrow night, of course. More outstanding people coming on the broadcast. Stéphane Ledoux from RDS. Ali Forbes is here on the Wildcat Marketing Game Day Communications side. She'll drop by as well. Veteran broadcaster doing the color for the Regiment. Ryan Rogers will be on as well. Lots happening tomorrow night. Will McLaren, joins me in the first intermission tonight. Coming up after the game summary, brought to you by Slush Puppy. 1-0 Cats, 14:22 to go. Big time hit along the boards. Riley Sampson throwing his weight around a little bit. Whistle.
Well, so let's see what the Regiment can do with the man advantage.
Well, with 5:43 gone here, it's 1-0 Moncton.
Going to the box.
Newfoundland,
I believe the
3-0.
Cats getting a penalty.
Penalty is going
Riley
to
Sampson
go to
pleading his
Moncton.
case to a higher court, but he will go to
Gower
the penalty
with the
box,
call.
number
It's a
23.
boarding call.
All right,
On
we move
number
to a
23
Firo Waste and
for the
Recycling
Moncton
Wildcats
Wildcats.
penalty kill.
That is
Thank you,
Riley
Firo.
Sampson.
Welcome to the Cats family.
Sampson,
Different teammates, we call them.
Oliver
If you have
Sampson.
any inquiries, you want to join the party, please call the Cats office at 382-5555.
Next two nights.
You'll be able to
Talk to Brianna, talk to Natasha.
So here we go. First power play
Face-off
in
to the
franchise history, and the face-off is
Weiner,
won.
kept in.
Sampson
Power
to
play.
Danachek.
Danachek back
Back
to
to
the blue line.
Sampson.
There's the
Puts it
shot.
on, and it's blocked
Hit
in
a player in front
front.
and
So
sailed
still
over the
no
Moncton
shot
net.
on goal for the Regiment, and the Wildcats will clear it. Oh
29
my,
parked
what a
in front,
shot.
Tyson
Right
Gogan.
down the
Coming
ice.
over with the Tita. That one have hit him in the back of the
Sampson
helmet.
will pick
Here
it
come
up.
the Regiment on the power play. 13:58 to go
Oliver
in the first.
Sampson
1-0 Moncton
for the
on the
Regiment.
goal by Chudzinski. Through the middle.
Move it back.
Great skater
Here's
carrying
LaRose,
it in. Wow,
dancing in.
LaRose, he can fly.
Danachek.
Loose
LaRose
puck
in front, they score! Tyson Gogan says welcome to the Rock if you come from away. There's the goal that Newfoundland and Labrador has been waiting for. The goal to start the legacy. In front, they
And from Capitale, New Brunswick, it was Hockey Ties.
In front, they
John's ice cap, Patrice Formier, and Gogan with top shelf under the bar over the peanut butter sticks to the top of your yak, and it's a 1-1 tie. And a great call, I guess they call it. That's the first one. Now you can just relax. Now you've got that out of the way. That's the first step. What a tremendous shot by young Tyson Gogan.
Well, both teams scoring off their first shots of the game, and this building is alive Well, there's the trivia question. Who scored the first ever Newfoundland Regiment goal? Tyson Gogan.
With a 1-1 tie and a power play goal by the Regiment.
Here we go, 1-1 game. You can feel the shift in momentum. Still lots of hockey left to play. As Norman will move it around to Saint-Gelais. Now it comes out. Vitch getting physical, and here they come, but it's going to be a hand pass.
That'll be, I believe, off someone at the Regiment bench. Stopping play. 13:30 to go. Shots are 3-1.
So Ollie Sampson, I told you he was going to be a fan favorite. A big strapping youngster with the backhand, getting involved in that as well. He picks up one of the helpers, as does Justin LaRose, El Capitane,
quite often.
and Tyson Gogan made no mistake. Beautiful shot, tying it at 1. 6:30 gone here in the opening period. Already you're feeling the vibe here of a sold-out Barry Brown center.
We are back.
Feels like a playoff game here.
Game 2 tomorrow night. We'll be right on here at 6:30 p.m. Atlantic time.
Norman and Vitch, the two Newfoundlanders, getting into it down there.
Skating
As it's
right
going to
to
be
left.
Samson.
Chudzinski for Moncton. Looks like Gogan
Up to Saint-Gelais.
for the Regiment.
Looking to move it forward. Glyle
Puck shot
will
out
make
through
the
center.
Regiment
Bouncing
turn it
puck.
over.
Chudzinski showing great hands. Number 22 is going to carry that puck into the
Chudzinski.
corner. Puck battle in
Down
behind
low,
the
Norman.
Regiment goal.
To Larson.
Along the wing, it's backhanded
Larson
high out
backhands
the
that
center
ahead.
by the Regiment. They're at the Moncton
Come
blue
the
line,
Regiment.
swept into the
Sent in
corner.
by Saint-Gelais.
And Virgilio will throw it around the
Around the
boards.
boards.
Mercier ties up his man
And it's
effectively.
way
The
out.
loose
Here
puck.
comes Moncton
Here
now
comes
up the other
Tommy
side. It's
He can
Glyle.
fly. Coming
Bringing it
down
up,
his
and now there's some
half
stuff going on behind the play here as that's going to be
Back at the
cleared
Moncton
away
blue line, some
by the
shenanigans
Regiment.
going on. No
Some
call,
pushing and shoving
and it's wristed in by
between
Virgilio.
Larson
Lounsbury
and
tries to steal one.
Virgilio.
And the loose puck will
Yeah,
slide
good
down
luck
in the Moncton
Virgilio.
zone.
David
Aiden Diamond
Larson
is
is
there.
6'4",
Diamond behind the net to the open winger.
225
Chopped
pounds.
off to the boards
Big
by
boy.
the Cats.
Here come the
Nico
Regiment
Torres.
against Mermelak
Into
from the
net shot.
side.
Good save.
Now it's
by
back
the
out in
center
front
by the
again in a
Regiment.
beautiful
Good play.
play.
Torres
Gojan
clearing
out
that
to the
into
blue
corner.
line.
Loose
Pass
puck
man on.
thrown to the
Gojan
other
will
side
send it
of
over
the
to
ice. They're inside
Perron.
the blue line.
Perron
Penalty
fires
shooting
just
high.
wide of the net, and it
Nobody at
makes
the
its
right
way
point.
all
That's
the
gonna
way
sail
around
down the
and
ice.
out.
And the puck chasing, soaring.
Daniele
Torres
will
chasing his
pick it
man
up.
down into the corner.
Here's Daniele. Moving it around.
Daniele, former
Daniele
Teton,
holds
shot in
on,
from
flips
center.
that around the boards. A weird bounce. He scores! Biagio Jr. Daniele tucks it in like a fitted sheet. The Newfoundland Regiment have their first ever lead.
Well, the rally pals are in full force here at the Mary Brown Center, and Daniele Junior Biagio found a loose puck to his liking, and he tucks it home, and it's a 2-1 Regiment lead at 7:56 here.
Just an odd carry
7:56 of this opening period of play.
And the Regiment have a 2-1 lead here. That goal coming
Well,
at 7:56.
that's a goal that he won't forget in the opening night. A funky bounce off the stanchion comes right back to him. He says thank you very much. The defenseman from the big city in Quebec, Montreal, putting that into the back of the net to make this 2-1. Both teams with 3 shots on goal. These fans have had some excitement in the first 8 minutes of this one.
There's an offside play.
Jacoby
at the
Weiner's
Regiment
not
blue
too
line.
pleased, I'm
Ernie
sure.
Kingston here with the game
He's
call.
given up 2 goals on just the 2 shots.
As the Cats defend
Wait for
Jim
the
Coulthard
official.
Trophy. It is game 1 of their defense.
6:13 was the time of
87-game
Tyson
season
Gogan's
ending on
first
the
Regiment goal.
early June.
Assist
at
to
Rimouski,
Jocelyn
Quebec
LaRose
after
and
that Memorial
Oliver
Cup. Cats taking
Sampson.
the title on the 19th of May.
6:13.
League timeout time, folks. So will we.
And then at
2-1 Regiment have the
7:56.
first period lead. Cats
was
very much in this game, looking very good here in the opening minutes
Young
of game 1. This is
Diageo
Wildcats hockey from
did a
St.
nice job
John's
there.
Mary
He just
Brown
tucks
Center.
home a puck to a wide open net and makes the score.
Moncton Wildcats first period of
2-1
play.
Regiment.
Brought to you by
Here we go. The
Cider.
many presentations being made. There's Kenny O'Leary, Vice President of Business Operations. $13,697.82 going to the Canadian Red Cross, thanks in part to the Regiment event night. And you were here Saturday down on the bench with some of your boys. And it was a fun night here. Not that many people showed up, but boy, did they ever do well with the pocket right there. 13 grand. No chump change there whatsoever. Going to such a worthwhile cause for those courageous men and women, the firefighters who did so much to do what they could to keep people's homesteads together. And even in the valiant effort every day, Seth, every moment of the day, they just did tremendous character work, and they're appreciated.
Welcome back, Marty Kingston
We step
here.
away
My
from the game
apologies
for
at the
just a
Mary Brown
second.
Center. Get Getting all the technical
Finally
glitches and
important
bugs
to say
worked
the
out
least.
tonight. Big press corps
Absolutely,
tonight
the
here.
regiment are all about giving back to their community, and that's what they did, and they did it big.
And veteran Brian
So a
Rogers on the color
2-1 score,
analysis
not
here
even
for the
10 minutes
regiment
into the game.
in Newfoundland.
This
And
building
of course,
is
on the
pumping.
Inspire FM radio
What a
network,
matchup between
105.1
both of
FM
these
Moncton.
squads so
Good evening,
far.
squad on the FloHockey Sports.
As we're back in play,
Old CHL TV, I guess it was. Dylan McKinnon's
sent
going
in
to rip
and sent
one
in
in from
deep
center.
by Dylan
Bouncing
McKinnon.
puck at center.
Makes its way back
Here's
out.
on
Moncton
off.
will attempt to tap it
Stabilizing
off the
that puck.
boards.
Good move at the blue line. And
an
it looks like
offsides
an
call
offside
here
play
coming
with
up
two
against the
Regiment
regiment.
The Speedy LaRose. And number
So
41,
Seth,
Monik
the
Danacek.
go-ahead
Well,
goal
again,
for
on
the
regiment side,
Newfoundland
missing
Regiment
some
was
key
an
players as
unassisted
well.
tally.
NHL
Biagio
captain,
Jr.
Bears,
Daniele,
Matt
unassisted
Grader,
even
and
strength
Pilgrim Edwards, the veteran.
at 7:56
Dominic
and
Pedic,
a
Will
1
Reynolds,
regiment lead.
Dawson Sharkey.
Lazaire
And the Cats, of
will
course,
ring this
missing
around the
5 or 6
boards.
regulars and
Comes around the
Emo
other
and
side. There's a
company. Long
shot from
in
the blue line that's
save.
blocked.
Weiner bouncing puck to
Now
the side
flicked
of the
up,
net,
sent
set
back
it
out
off
in
escape,
front
that'll
as it
end up
makes
on
its
the
way
other
out
side.
for
2-1
Lazaire.
Regiment.
Here's Lazaire.
11:29
Back to
go.
Danacek. He's
Loose
brought
puck.
down.
Regiment player pulled down at the blue line. Fans looking for a penalty
it's
on that one.
LaRose.
Picked up by 9. Justin
Rose
LaRose.
to Lazaire.
Bouncing
Lazaire
puck
back
in
to
the blue
LaRose
line.
once
It's gonna
again.
roll to the Moncton net.
He
In
has it behind the
net.
net. Sends it out in front. They score! They have 3 in the first period. Do you believe it? It's Marek Danacek. And the Newfoundland Regiment are off to a flying first 10 minutes.
2 goals in 51 seconds, and you're having some fun tonight, Mr. Hyde. Don't need no Dr. Jekyll here this evening.
It's a 3-1 Regiment
Unbelievable
lead
stuff by the regiment so far. And how about that pass from Justin LaRose? Finding Danacek right in front of the net. Lonelier than a man in a resettled community to make this a 3-1 game. And it looks like we're going to see an early timeout here. I mean, you got to think that nerves are playing a big role in this matchup, Raj.
Well, there's no question. It was the regiment that I wasn't concerned, but they were off to a little bit of a slow start, and that's inevitable. Their first game, they're playing in front of a sold-out crowd, brand new city, brand new province, same league, same bat channel, and just like that, they score 3 times
Back-to-back games tomorrow night as well.
on Weiner
Here.
in the Moncton goal.
Recap the scoring summary for you as well. Gogan from LaRose and Sampson at 6-13.
Gardner McDougall's not panicking. He is a perennial winner. University
on that bad
of
hop.
New Brunswick,
Little
varsity
outlet pass
Reds,
behind the net. Just
9-time
incoming
CAS
Monik
champs.
Danacek. And he puts the third
Won a
Regiment
Memorial
goal
Cup
in,
to St. John.
8:47 the time of that one.
And a Q
Making
Maritime
a 3-1
title
lead.
last
The
year with
shots
his
are
Moncton
4-3
Wildcat team.
Regiment.
How about that?
Lead,
Well, how about the turnaround in this matchup? I mean, you let in a goal just, I believe it was 38 seconds into the game from Moncton, and then you bounce back with 3 unanswered. This game has been seesaw hockey, and we're only just getting started. We're not even 10 minutes in.
Yeah, 42 seconds was the first goal of the game on the first shot by Ryan Chudzinski, but that seems like yesterday now, as the regiment have settled right down, and everything that they're directing at the net has gone in, and that's a big goaltender down there. He is not small by any stretch of the imagination. Listed as 6'4" and 220 pounds. That's big for a
The
goaltender.
regiment zone.
But he didn't look that big in the goal, as he's been lit up 3 times here in this opening 9:06.
I have a telephone link to talk about the league and of course the Moncton Wildcats.
3-1 Newfoundland.
Well, a great start from the regiment so far. And now they might have more. It's Deneen, 2-on-1. Deneen holding, firing, and a great save by Weiner. And now another shot from the corner by Gogin. Kicked aside by Weiner.
Virgilio slides it around the boards.
As the Wildcats
Ryan
get moving.
He's going to carry it through center and
Sending
shoot
it
it
in
into
deep.
the corner. On the carom goes Binkley. Binkley behind the
Collected
net.
by Binkley.
Bouncing puck rolls around on the boards.
Come around the
Forward,
boards.
Binkley back
Out
to the
high.
blue
There's a
line,
shot
net.
from the blue
And
line
save
through
Beckman
traffic.
Eggs on that long wrist shot from
Eggs
the blue line.
with X-ray
By Spencer
goggles to see
Thornborough.
that one. And now it's Wood. He's through. Oh, he just puts it wide.
Good play there.
Here's Gogin.
Wow,
Spinning
Tyler
away.
Wood
Looking
cutting
to send
the
it
front of
back
the Moncton net
to
get a clear
Sampson.
shot away, high and
Played
wide.
back down
Puck
low
into the
for
corner of the
Larson.
Moncton zone.
Laying the body on the
Jackson
board.
Batchild
Little collision
falling in
there.
behind the net with his man. Thornborough through the middle. Chudzinski's going to wrist one in from
scored
center.
the first
Line
goal
change
of the
coming,
season.
9:56 to go.
Now
3-1
Girard
Regiment. Shots are
to
5
Vitch.
apiece here in the first period. Puck battle in the Regiment corner.
Vitch
Slipped
leaves
around
it
the
behind for
boards by
Girard.
Newfoundland.
And now to Saint-Gelais.
Saint-Gelais
Up the middle.
throws it out to center. Good solid contact.
And pass call and a big hit there by the hometown kid, Ben Vitch.
Thornborough was knocked down.
Wildcats will get the redirection into the zone. Sent around for Norman, who nearly chops it out. Now Vitch will kick it ahead.
Here come the Regiment over
Hands
the
it off
Moncton
for
blue
Larson.
line. Long
Puts it on
shot,
goal,
high
goes
and
up through
wide
the
of
middle.
Weiner, down the
And here
wing.
comes Moncton
Picking
up
it
the
up
other
in
way.
full
It's a
flight.
3-on-2.
No surveillance. Cuts it
Dancing
around the
through,
defenseman.
maybe a chance for the
Gets it to
Wildcats, but a great
Saint-Gelais,
play
tied
by
up in the last
Saint-Gelais.
second. Loose
It's
puck
not
in
done
front,
just
kept in by
yet.
the Cats.
Can the Regiment
And the
clear?
Regiment are
Saint-Gelais
there.
holding on.
Get it out to their blue line.
Up to Larson.
Saint-Gelais.
Larson attempted to
Bouncing
dump it
puck
in.
at the
Wildcats
Moncton blue line.
knew that was coming.
Chandon up the wing. They'll dish it off to Dylan McKinnon.
Passed up to the blue line.
runs
McKinnon
into a
gingerly
Regiment player at the
crossing
blue
that line.
Loose puck through
LaRose
center.
looked to make a
Again,
fancy
bouncing
spin
puck.
play there.
LaRose throws it
Sends
right
it
across
rink
the
wide.
red line and chipped in there.
Austin
By
puts
number
that on.
5,
A
Kingsley
pop-up
Austin,
puck
bouncing
by
wide of
Weiner.
Weiner, and some odd hops there in that Moncton zone.
There's Danacek.
It's centered by the Regiment. The Cats trying to come out.
Picks it back up, looking to
Torres
backhand
off
it
his
in.
skate, knocked back in by the Regiment. Here comes Dylan
Recent
McKinnon.
goal for the
McKinnon
Regiment.
slaps one on the wing.
Now, McKinnon looked to send it
Bouncing
ahead,
puck at the
intercepted by his
Regiment bench.
fellow
They're gonna
number
slip it in
3,
from
and now he
center to
lights him
Ladon
up there
Chandon.
in the neutral
3-1
zone.
Regiment, 8:30 to go in the first period.
There's
Chudzinski
McKinnon with
from
it again.
Virgilio. Looks like
Pops
Mercier
back
on
out.
the change on that assist. Gendron through center.
Moncton
Voronin,
on the
number
counterattack.
27, very
Moving
elusive.
along the side is
It's by
Voronin,
Pano, centering
passing it in
pass
front of the
off
net,
a skate.
and
The Regiment are there.
Regiment
They come
taking it up
charging
the other
down
way.
left side.
4-on-2
They're gonna hit
right
the
now.
blue
Let's see
line.
what they can do with this.
Centering
There's
pass.
one pass. There's the shot on net, and a
Nice
great save
save
by
on that
Weiner.
little feed.
Raj, he has settled into his
Number
game,
18,
and now some pushing and shoving down behind the net.
Wrestling
The
match
fans
in
loving
behind
that.
the net with the
But we
linesman.
love to see Jacoby Weiner settling into his
8:05
game.
to
I mean,
go.
we know he's a
Period
fantastic
number
netminder,
1 here.
and obviously a tough start to his game, but again,
Well, Seth, I might agree with you any other night, buddy, but I hope
Chudzinski
they
for
light
the
him up like a
Cats
Christmas
from
tree.
Mercier.
They've
Good
already
guy.
got 3. Let's keep it going.
Daniele
And
and Danacek
he looked a little
for
shaky
the
on that
Regiment,
redirection
6:15.
as well. But you're right, he is a good
7:56
goaltender.
and
No doubt about that. He's
8:47.
a big kid. But hey,
3-1.
on the Regiment, just keep firing the pucks
Commissioner
every
Mario
which
Cicchini
way but
is
loose.
building
By the
as
way, the
well.
last
Nick
row, Merrick
Renaud, Director of
Danacek
Hockey
from
Operations
Justin
for the
LaRose,
QMJHL is here.
even strength at 8:47
Coming up in
to
our
erase a 1-0 deficit.
Long-time fan.
Brothers
Rick
have done
Turner
it
in
in
the building.
quick
He'll drop by
succession
for
as
his
well,
live
Seth.
chat. Coming up in the second
6:13,
intermission as
7:56 and
well.
8:47.
Moncton gets the face-off
Wow.
deep in their own zone. Binkley down the left side. Loose puck in the neutral zone.
pass back
Backhanded in
by
Marmalak.
Marmalak.
Here
Now it's
come the
Arsenault.
Cats. They now have possession.
Losing that one
Chudzinski.
to
Closing
Chudzinski.
it
Now
at the
Marmalak
Moncton
will
bench,
pick it
gets
back up.
That's a hot puck in that neutral
Sent to
zone. Here
Binkley.
comes Binkley through
Beautiful
center.
flip
A
pass
chip
from him,
pass
a
to
2-on-1
Mercier.
looming,
He'll
but
throw
a
it in
wonderful
front.
back check
Good
by
defensive maneuver
Lazare.
there by number 6, Jaden Lazar, to break up that
Now
pass.
sent back out to the blue line.
Shot
Virgilio puts it on,
tipped by
deflected by
high up in the
Mercier,
crowd
up
here
and out of play
at
and
the
off the
Mary Brown.
netting.
7:36 on the clock. Again,
12:24
a 3-1
gone
lead. The
here
shots
on
are 6 to
opening
5.
night, and what a night it's been so far for the
warm night here,
Newfoundland
folks, in the
Regiment.
building.
They got a little shell shock when they gave up a goal to Ryan
3-1
Chudzinski
lead.
just 42 seconds in on the very
Game
first
one.
shot.
We'll have more
The
on our
biggest
big opening
McManus
weekend coming up the
faced.
4th and 5th
Then
of
the Regiment
October.
came
Of course, the
scoring
Friday
back
night,
goals
St.
by
John's
Tyson
coming in
Gogan.
on the 4th,
Daniele,
followed by those
Biagio
weekends at 3
Jr.
o'clock on the 5th.
Of course, Biagio
Raising the
Jr.
championship
Daniele.
banner as well. Those are
And then,
big,
of
big
course,
days
Merrick
coming up at
Danacek
the
to make it
Avenir.
3-1.
Game 1 here.
Passed out to the blue line for Diamond. Winding up, faking, holding on his forehand, fanned on the shot. As that's sent around the boards, it's Deneen who's going to pick it up. Sends it up now for LaRose. LaRose look to the back door.
Smart play.
Now Norman struggled to find it, sent it back in. As the Wildcats get moving once again, it's Diamond. Rims that all the way around the boards. It's going to be picked up by Buckley. Now Deneen. Works it back around the wall once again. It'll be picked up by Perron. Sent ahead to LaRose, who tried to tap it back off for Perron. Couldn't find him. Wildcats getting going. Crossing the blue line. It's McKinnon putting it on just high and wide. Fortier Gendron playing it back. Oh, just got away from Voronin there. As it's LaRose. Nifty fake from him. Larson putting it on. Took a deflection just wide of the cage. Back down to Larson once again. Out to the blue line for Sampson. Sampson. Saint-Gelais looking to put it through traffic. There's the redirection and a couple of nice saves by Weiner to keep that puck out of the net. The Regiment are pushing, but Weiner just won't let him. They're literally pushing, Brian.
There's big Ollie Sampson right in the middle of all that, too. He's already picked up his first point as a Regiment with an assist on Tyson Gogan's goal at 6:13 and even the scored one. He's right back in the middle of it all and up offensively, Seth. I love defensemen. I like to get in on the offense as well, and I'm sure the coaching staff appreciates that. When you get your chance, pick your spot and go for it.
Well, the towels are flying as another offensive zone faceoff looming for the Regiment. This first period has seemed to have flown by here so far. As here comes Moncton. It's Blyle. Down behind the net. Holds on his forehand. Moves it out to the blue line. Virgilio puts that on. Blocked. Blyle will get it again, and another block by Sampson. He has been eating pucks left, right, and center so far. Now Larson looking to pick off Trzynski. Tapped off the boards to Mercier, and he'll redirect it in further. Here's Binkley. Hit by Sampson. Now Daniele. To Danacek. Spins away. Gets the spin pass in. As McKinnon will tap that up to Mercier. Sent in deeper by Binkley. Comes around the boards. Oh, and a heavy hit there by Perron as the puck still almost made its way to the front of the net. Perron holding on. Being challenged by Sir Vilas. As it's picked up by Austin. Sent back to Perron. High up and into the crowd. And a nice catch by a fan there with 4:55 left to go in the first period.
That's going to be a penalty. Delay a game on Emile Perron.
Well, the first penalty in Regiment history.
Yeah. Here's the first penalty kill.
Well, we saw what they did on the power play. Let's see what they can do on the penalty kill. The Moncton Wildcats, who only lost 11 games last year in the regular season, will launch their power play for the first time in their title defense season. And this is their 30th anniversary as well, so a milestone night for both these squads.
Well, Moncton coming off a tremendous season. And the first for Garner McDougall just shows you how skilled he is as a coach. Great gentleman. His son Taylor is a former St. John's Fog Devil.
Not awkward at all for McDougall. No, just kidding. I'm sure he's happy to be back here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador.
Haven't run into him yet. And there's a former St. John's Maple Leaf on the Moncton bench too, Seth, and Doug Dowell, assistant coach. You're way too young to remember that, Seth.
They know the city inside and out, that's for sure. Here's Tournay playing it down low. Sent to the back door. Oh, what a great look. Trzynski just couldn't get it. Sent rink wide once again. Tournay putting that wide. Bouncing off the back wall, and again some pushing and shoving from both of these teams. Arsenault in there.
Liam Arsenault, the Cornwall PEI native. He is a feisty little guy, number 13. He doesn't take no guff from anybody. So we've got 43 seconds gone in the Moncton power play. They trail the Newfoundland Regiment 3-1, and it's the Wildcats' turn to be a little shell-shocked after the Regiment got off to a slow start. First goal coming at the 42-second mark from Ryan Trzynski. And then the Regiment rattling off 3 straight goals. Tyson Gogan got it started. And that was Biagio Jr. Daniele scored the second one. And Merrick Danacek with the third Regiment goal. A chance to come short-handed here.
And they just might, as it's LaRose. Puts that on net. Gogan We'll send it out to Sampson. Lazaire will play that in deep. LaRose putting on the pressure. Deneen will stay back as both teams heading for changes.
So far, so good, Seth.
Yeah, this has been a great game of hockey, and it's only the first period. As this is sent around the boards. Trzynski passing it out to the blue line. It's going to be
nice
Binkley.
Work.
And that's going to be cleared away by Deneen all the way down the ice. Virgilio will have to pick it up.
Max Deneen from a naval town, Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Here come the Wildcats now. Looking to make something happen. It's left behind. 7 seconds left to go on the power play as that clock ticks, and it'll just get out. Virgilio will pass it off. And the regiment's special teams, perfect so far tonight. 1 for 1 on the power play, 1 for 1 on the PK. Moncton picking up 1 shot on that power play. Trzynski holding on. Vitch using the body, getting a roar from the crowd here as he has it behind the net. He'll pass it off to Daniele. Sent up again. Moncton looking for something to head into the intermission with. It's Sampson putting that on net, and a nice kick save. Now Marmalak fending off the defender. It'll be collected by Diamond. Sent around. Buckley holding onto the puck. Passed it to Sampson. It's Sampson versus Sampson down there on the ice right now.
There you go.
As it comes around for Marmalak. Now Sampson looking to bat it out of midair. Here's Diamond at the red line. He'll send that back in deep. Icing waved off as he was at the line. Here's Norman.
So smooth. 15.
Not his first time
Oh my
skating
goodness.
at the Mary Brown Center, Brian. He was chosen as the Scotia skater for the St. John's Ice Caps in the 2015-16 season, so he's very familiar with this ice. Here comes Lounsbury, sending that across. Veronin plays it down low. Norman using the body. Here's Sampson now, looking to find it. A cluster of bodies down there on the boards. Sampson swooping in, clearing it away. McKinnon will pick it up. I think this is probably the longest we've gone this game without any goals. Here's Veronin. Moncton looking to change that narrative here. It's McKinnon now putting that on net. Sent out to the blue line. McKinnon wires one on, and a great block by Perron. This will be sent in by Norman. Binkley will glove it down, and he's got some speed here. Binkley flying into the zone. He's on his backhand, forehand. Great save by Vekvanegs to keep that puck out of the net and to keep this a 3-1 lead for the regiment.
Yeah, and that's what they want to, Seth. They don't want to give up a late goal here, give Moncton any bit of comeback feeling. Shut it down here. Done a good job. Lovely penalty kill. Good positioning. No panic. And Mikas Vekvanegs has settled in quite nicely after giving up a goal on the first shot he faced. He's made 8 consecutive saves since then. And we're going to get a penalty here. Yes, sir. That was a hook.
So Regiment look like
Yes,
they're going to be
indeed.
back on the power play here.
Yeah. It's going to be Trzynski, I think. The goal scorer.
Yes, it will be.
He's going to the sin bin. Now, boys, let's get a power play marker here with 22 seconds left in the opening period.
So Regiment 1 for 1 so far on the power play.
Yeah, it's been well officiated. Let the teams play. Nobody wants to come down and see a penalty fest. I mean, maybe a Donnybrook, but it's game 1. Let's just win. Just get a W and play hard.
So the face-off is one out to Sampson. Now Danacek will wind up, and what a save by Weiner.
How about that? A little checkmate going on right there between Danacek and Sampson.
And by the way, for the folks wondering at home, yes, they do speak to each other in Czech. So we just saw them having a conversation down on the ice. They do talk to each other in Czech.
Even though English is the universal language in hockey, they're allowed to do that a little bit. And they've got a goaltending coach in Merrick who's here too as well, right? So,
well, Danacek almost found LaRose at the back door. Here's LaRose. Back to Danacek. They got to get it off quickly here. There's the shot blocked, and will it get out? Yes, it will. The first period of play for the Newfoundland Regiment in their first ever game, and they have the lead. 3-1 over the defending champion Moncton Wildcats. Seth Hyde and Brian Rogers on the call. Raj, what a first period.
yeah, I got to say, Seth, that was fun. Great emotional opening ceremony. So well done, and then giving up a quick one. They were probably just a little bit back on their heels, and then all of a sudden, bang! When Ty Gogan scored the first goal, that changed the entire complexion of that period. And they stayed and they played hard. They were good in their own end, and they've got a minute 38 to deal with to get themselves a 3-goal advantage when that second period gets underway. But we shall step aside. Great job. How you feel after 20 minutes of play?
That was fantastic. What a great first period of play. So we are going to take a short break, and once we come back, we're going to have the league commissioner of the QMJHL, Mario Cecchini, joining us. Myself, Seth Hyde, and Brian Rogers. That was your first period of play from the Mary Brown Center. Don't mispronounce it. It's Cecchini.
Just like a check. Yeah. There's the mascot.
Check to see if we're on. All right, we're good to go. All right, folks, welcome back to the first intermission. I'm joined here with the QMJHL commissioner and former president of the Montreal Alouettes, Mario Cecchini. First of all, Mario, what are your thoughts on that first period? That was fantastic.
It's extremely exciting. I'm happy to see the fans wave their towels. Obviously, I'm not allowed to take sides, but let's say that after 30 minutes, it's a great start.
And you know, what went behind getting the Newfoundland Regiment here from Acadie Bathurst? Can you take me through that process?
Yes, well, it's a tough process, obviously, because when I got on board in March of 23, the Titan was about to close a deal that fell through. And then we had said, let's do our best. Everybody was committed, so we had a plan. We waited 14 months, couldn't find a buyer that was committed enough to make it work. And that's when we start looking around, say maybe we need to switch cities. And got a call in May of 24 from Glenn, and kept it in the back pocket. Glenn Stafford, of course, the president of the regiment. And it went extremely fast from that point. Ownership was really, really keen. They were ready to go. The right ownership, the right deal with the city and the building. And Glenn made it happen. Within 6-7 months, the regiment was born. So it's a beautiful story. My heart always goes out to the fan in Bathurst, but very happy for the fan here in St. John's.
And, you know, for the viewers at home, can you tell us a little bit about what you do as the commissioner of the QMJHL?
I try to stay out of the way and let the people who know what they're doing work, but it's really all about making sure that, first of all, the environment, how we support the kids. And I use the word kids with all due respect because I want us to remember that they're not professionals. Make sure that the schooling aspect of it is maximized, that everybody has the time to do their thing, that they're well treated. We put all these rules, first of all, to make sure that they're well supported. After that, everything that's on ice really belongs to the team and the coaches, and we have some rules, but we don't mingle too much with that. We want to make sure that the kids have the best experience. You know, we often say it's a school of life. You know, they come in as kids at 16, teenagers, and they leave as men. But it's an accelerated growth. They learn adversity. They need to learn to adapt. They need to be absolutely alert to everything that's out there. So I'm very, very happy. Like I wrote to my staff this morning. It's another season where we help kids realize their dream, and that's what we're all about.
Absolutely, and that's so touching to hear that. And as I mentioned, you used to be president of the Montreal Alouettes Canadian Football Club. So how do you think that experience helped you get this role?
Well, I think it helped a lot in the sense that I was president of a team before I was a league.
Right.
So I got to live with the league and hear all my guys criticize the league all the time and gather a lot of information without knowing it at the time, of course. So when that came about, I think often about how a team feels versus the league. And when I came on board, hockey culture was all about sometimes a little bit of a distance between the league and the teams. And we're here to serve the teams. That's what we want to bring. If we ask them to kids at the best environment, we have to also be ready to help them and service them. So of course there's a dual role. There's a role of discipline when need be, fines when need be. But most teams appreciate it because when something goes wrong somewhere, it's always the whole league that's playing. So we have to be very tough on that. But it's like tough love. It's like a mom and a dad. You want to make sure that everything goes well, so you set boundaries. But when everybody plays within the boundaries, we're there to serve them.
Absolutely. And for any kid watching at home that says, I want to be a president of a team, I want to be a commissioner of a league, what kind of career path does that take for them to get there?
It's a weird career path because I was in media for a long time, but basically my number one rule to grow is empathy. You got to be able to always put yourself in the other person's shoes that's facing you. Simple as that. You understand people's issues, problems, situations, and define yourself as a problem solver. And because you cannot see a problem well defined is a problem half solved. So when you understand all that, and obviously not everything is about problems, but usually that's when you move ahead and you grow. So that's always been my advice when I do speeches and stuff like that. You gotta make sure you're there for the other person, and the other person sometimes is your colleague, sometimes it's the client, sometimes it's going to be a player or a GM. Understand them and work it through, and obviously get to the best solution.
And what's next for the QMJHL?
Oh, many things. First of all, this was what's next until an hour ago, so we're very happy about that. But there's many things you've heard. The NCAA rule change that I'm sure you're familiar with has transformed our league, made it much more international. We're actually becoming much more like the NHL now. We're the first provider of the NHL, so that for us is important to adapt. We have expansion plans, but we need to work things out with USA Hockey at this point and see how that goes, because we have plans for the U.S. territories, but we'll see. There's some roadblocks there and mint stuff that's not interesting, but it's not as easy as we at first thought. We introduced yesterday lots of technology that we'll use at our first prospect game in Sherbrooke in 1 month, where the kids will be wearing a chip. So we'll be able to evaluate all the power skating and how they get tired as the game goes and what happens. We'll do that again at Cup 55, as we call it, the outdoor games that we'll play in December. It's going to be another chip. So and we'll have stats that will follow our players, and we'll be able to value their work in a different fashion. So many things coming this year. Very excited.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it's only up for the QMJHL.
Absolutely.
So my final question for you here tonight, what are your thoughts on the city of St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, and have you been here before today?
Well, I got a great personal story. First of all, I was here. It's my 4th time, and I loved it the first few times, and it was not even sunny like today. And I told my daughter about it, 27 years old, and she came here with her boyfriend, and they got engaged in Newfoundland.
Wow.
She came back from the trip in June, and they got engaged and announced it to us. So it's already a very super personal relationship. It has become, but it's just beautiful. Like everybody that comes here, I'm sure tells you, it's just sitting from my hotel room, looking at the hill and the ocean. It's absolutely wonderful. My wife took the car and traveled this afternoon. She went to Cape Spear and all of these places, and that I'll try to catch next time that I'm here. But it's absolutely beautiful. The people, the reception. Some people have recognized me, and they're so nice, and they're glad the hockey is back. They're glad they have a team in the community to support, and so glad that it's everybody realizes also they're 16 to 20. They're still learning. They're developing. They'll do a lot of stuff in the community. You'll see they'll be present. They have a great coach with Gordie Dwyer, a great president with Glenn Stanford, great ownership. I mean, it's every piece of the puzzle is really in place to make it great.
Well, I'll tell you, the weather isn't always this nice here in September, so we planned it that way for you, Mario. Thank you very much for joining me, and enjoy the rest of the game and enjoy the rest of your stay here in Newfoundland and Labrador. Folks, that's League Commissioner Mario Cecchini live from the broadcast booth. We'll be back once the second period commences.
Thank you very much. That was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Enjoy it.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
Absolutely not.
Well, we're back again for the second period of play live from the Mary Brown Center. My name is Seth Hyde alongside Brian Rogers. The first game of the Newfoundland Regiment Hockey Club in their inaugural season. They have a 3-1 lead over the defending champion Moncton Wildcats. Regiment are on the power play. Well, here's Sampson getting it going early on here. He'll drop it back to LaRose. LaRose behind the net on his forehand. Hands it off to Danacek. Now Sampson at the blue line. To Gogan. Back out to Sampson. To Danacek, who puts it on. Bobbling puck. They score! His second power play goal of the night. Tyson Gogan double dips. Like a Ruffles chip, you can't just have one. He's got two tonight.
Oh, I love it, Seth. Good job, my man. Tyson Gogan, Johnny on the spot. Kid has just got so much moxie, so much fun. Loves the game, plays hard. He can score. He's an impact player. Keep your eye on him. He's going to become a fan fave as well. All these young men will. But Tyson Gogan's got it written all over him. 33 seconds in. And a power play goal to boot.
So Tyson Gogan, the all-time leading goal scorer for the Newfoundland Regiment with 2 goals so far.
So there you go, Seth. 33 seconds in. Ty Gogan's second goal of the game. Merrick Danacek gets his first assist. And Ollie Sampson's got a brace of helpers. 4-1 Regiment.
Daniele looking to clear that out. He passes it over to Marmalak. Flies in. Oh, nifty move from him on the backhand and a great save by Weiner. Here's McKinnon. Taps it off the boards. Moncton gaining territory. Tornaz puts that over the net. Rolls around the boards. McKinnon left to chase. McKinnon attempting to flip it in. He'll collect it back once again. On his backhand, gets sandwiched against the boards. Arsenault plays that up the middle. Here come the Regiment. It's Larson flying in. He puts that just up high and wide. Passed up the middle to Tornaz. Tornaz comes in. He has it on his forehand. Wraparound attempt and a great save. Vekvaneg's getting his toe on that one. Here's Saint-Gelais down the left side. Saint-Gelais scoops it on net. The rebound popped out. A collision there in the crease. Everybody okay. As Trzynski losing the puck. It's Larson who will pick it back up. Off to the side for Sampson. Sampson moving in behind the goal, throws it back in front. Trzynski bringing it up the other way. Back and forth stuff here in this second period. Welcome to the Q, everybody, as Trzynski leaves it behind for Sampson, and he kissed the crossbar. What a chance from him. Another shot into the zone. Moncton now showing some gumption here, as it's Arsenault up to Saint-Gelais. Across the blue line, drops it back for Norman. To Vitch! Oh, and Vitch hauled down. What a story that would have been. The two hometown boys nearly connecting there.
They will eventually.
Here's Arsenault. Some rough stuff there on the boards as Arsenault puts that on. Now it's Austin. Kingsley Austin. Around for Deneen. Deneen to the blue line to Lazaire. Hit a body. Deneen looked to get it, and it makes its way out to center as Moncton attempt to gain control of the puck. Virgilio dancing around Wood, who blew a tire going after the puck. Mercier plays that in deep. It's Sampson who will pick it up. Sampson to Virgilio. Virgilio cross-ice feed, sent out in front, and it's going to be picked off by Wood, who gets moving on his backhand. along the red line and now along the blue line. Wood holding on one-handed from the side, crashing into the net. Well, Raj, I'd just like to say, like we talked about, NHL training camp still going on. These two teams are going to look completely different in 3 months.
Yeah,
even in 3 weeks.
Yeah, no question about that. But Moncton, of course, winning the Q title last year. They've got some really, really good prospects, too. A lot of them are away at camp. In fact, they got 3 that are actually in Detroit's camp. Gabe Smith, there's 2 down in Utah. Caleb Denyoye, one of their top players from last year. Gabe Smith, both with the Utah Mammoth. And then Teddy Mutrin is in San Jose. Rudy Guillemin is in Detroit.
That was also his childhood favorite team as well.
Carl Otto Magnuson's in Detroit. Graydon Robertson Palmer in Detroit. And then finally, Eric Wallinis is in Ottawa. So they've got a lot of prospects that are elsewhere. And, of course, the regiment are down 3. Dawson Sharkey in Dallas. Will Reynolds in Seattle. And Noah LeBerge in Buffalo. Noah LeBerge spent time on the weekend with former Ice Cap defenseman Zach Redmond, who you probably remember when you were just a young man coming down to the games.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
Lots of players connected to St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador here.
And we are blocked. There are scouts from all the NHL teams here tonight, which is awesome to see.
No pressure as Tornes picks it up, plays it down low. There's a tight shot from a tight angle, pops back out, and Vekvanag's making the save. He's used to playing in front of a big crowd. A couple of nights ago against the Winnipeg Jets, played in front of a sold-out Centre Bell in Montreal, Quebec. So he's used to this, Brian.
Yep. And he only gave up the 1 goal. I asked Mikas how many saves he made. He said he made enough. I said, okay, you only get scored on once. He made about 9 or 10 saves in that, too. So.
Wow.
And Nick Carrier, former St. John's Ice Cap assistant coach, is here, scouting for les Canadiens de Montréal.
Face-off won by Moncton here, maintaining the puck, shooting that just up over the net. Here's Veronin, picking that up.
Good-looking player.
Twisting and turning, giving it to McKinnon. McKinnon holding on. Arsenault getting in there. Tornes putting that in front of the net. Now Gogan. Back around the boards to Perron. Gogan stepping up to try to get it. Emile Perron in there as well, as that'll be sent down the ice. No icing. And here comes Moncton once again, moving down the side. That's going to be coughed up. Arsenault look for the spin pass. That's given away. Sent into the corner. Thornborough picking that puck up. Out to the blue line. There's a shot through traffic just wide of the cage. Cleared down. Vitch going after it. Icing waved off due to a tip. As Moncton get moving once again. Sent down around the boards to Diamond. Diamond looking, scanning, playing it down low. Vitch using the body. Now Lazare to Larson to Saint-Gelais. Norman up there as well. The defenseman joining the rush. Moncton will force the turnover. Sent out up high. This could be dangerous, but Vekvanag's calmly making the save. And here goes Justin LaRose. LaRose with speed. LaRose is in. Oh, he just put it up too high. What a chance.
Oh, little Capitani almost had a highlight reel tuck right there, Seth. Great speed, blinding speed. What an addition to this hockey team. His head coach and general manager Gordon Dwyer picked another pocket in the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League, picking up Chad. I kept saying Chad LaRose from before, and I'll try not to repeat it, but I called Justin that a couple times. We had a good laugh over it, just me and my old age. But what a pickup. It was in Drummondville, Victoriaville, and they scooped him up, and they're glad they did. He's already got 2 points here in his opening game.
Chazinski will dump that in. Mercier couldn't get there. An icing call against Moncton.
Multiple regiment players with 2-point nights. Tyson Gogan with a pair of goals. Oliver Sampson has 2 assists. Justin LaRose has 2 assists. Marek Danacek has a goal and an assist. So 4 players in double digits.
Well, 13:59 left to go in the second period of play. 4-1 is our score. Here's Daniele across to Sampson.
Ooh, look out.
A high fly ball there. And Sampson will pick it up once again. Taps it off the boards for LaRose. Across the blue line. LaRose. Oh, what to the back door. What a beautiful feed. They've got it again, and there's a shot. Hit some traffic. Belanger out to the blue line for Sampson. Off the end wall as it's LaRose. Twisting and turning. How did that get to the blue line? There's a shot and a great save by Weiner with the glove.
Well, you know what? Down low, the Regiment are controlling the play along the boards there. They're doing a real nice job going in hard on the forecheck and not giving Moncton much room to roam whatsoever, Seth. And a skilled team like the Wildcats, you don't want to give them any good vibes at all. Keep them at bay. Shut them down. Stay on top of them. One thing I've noticed, there hasn't been a great deal of physicality. There's been a few collisions, and there was a little pushing and shoving as they felt each other out early in that opening period of play, but I'm sure that will come with the territory. That's just me being wishful thinking because I love physical hockey. When it's played right, just adds that other element to it. And fans in Newfoundland, Labrador, they love their physical hockey too.
And listen, in terms of stamina and health, this is the best we're going to see these teams. First game of the season, they've been waiting all summer. They've been prowling all summer. So this is going to be the fastest action we see. But let me tell you, this QMJHL, this is only the start of their careers. These guys are going to be in the NHL. They're going to be in the Hall of Fame. They're going to be hoisting the Stanley Cup. So this is the future of the NHL you're watching right here, the hottest ticket in town and the hottest ticket in Quebec and across the Maritimes.
Yeah, and Atlantic Canada now, because we're here in Newfoundland, Labrador. I wonder if one day they'll maybe have to look at and call it the Quebec Atlantic Major Junior Hockey League. Because, hey, let's face it, we're not part of the Maritimes, but we're part of Atlantic Canada, and a proud part of Atlantic Canada as well.
Well, while Mario Cicchini was on with me, we just revealed that Buddy Jr. is the mascot of the Newfoundland Regiment.
Oh, that was a late-breaking story?
We're happy to have him back once again, as there's LaRose with a hard shot. Back down to LaRose, twisting and turning, sends it back out front. That looked like that was going to sneak into the net. Out to the blue line for Sampson. This line has been magical so far tonight. Now LaRose back out in front once again. That seems to be his signature play, as it's Danacek to LaRose. LaRose out in front for
that was Daniele.
As here comes Moncton now on the counterattack. What can they do? Sent in front. What a save by Vekvanegs, and they score on the rebound. It's Ryan Chazinski with his second goal of the game. Moncton clawing back into this one.
Well, he got 2 cracks at it and wasn't going to miss the second one. Here's the save, there's the rebound, and bang, just like that. It's a 4-2 hockey game. That's that goal I was talking about moments ago, Seth. Let's see how the Regiment respond. Because you know Moncton's going to come hard after getting that one. It's not like they're being, totally outplayed. I mean, look at the shot clock. It's 4-2, and the shots are 16-12, so it's a relatively close hockey game. That may give them a little bit of juice here. So we'll have to see how the home side responds.
And what a great counterattack there by Moncton. Pinned in their own end, they get it out one time. Vekvanegs makes an unbelievable stop the first time. Can't expect him to make it that second time, as Chazinski in the right place at the right time, just like he was for his first goal. It looked like Gogan was going to be the league leader in scoring, but not so fast. Chazinski tying him up. So this game far from over just yet. 4-2 our score. As Blyle plays that down low, it's Perron who will pick it up. It's a to Marmalak. Now Gogan brought down. A couple of arms went up on the Regiment bench, hoping for a call there. Veronin Sends it across. Beautiful shot there.
Big save.
Huge save by Vekvaneggs. 14 on the night for him so far. Here's Gogan picking it up. He thought he got a penalty there.
Yeah, he
Stopped
did.
and looked around for a bit.
Well, he's lucky.
Here's Arsenault scooping the puck up here. Holds on. Backhands it off. They score! What a shot by Marmalek! Unbelievable from the top of the circle. The Regiment respond in a big way.
8-19. And the young man I call Marmaduke every once in a while makes no mistake with a great wrister. Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia native Maddox Marmalek, with his ties to the Hallorans here in St. Johnstown, makes it 5-2 Regiment. 8-19 the time of the goal, and a 3-goal advantage just like that.
Well, it's been goal fest so far in this one, as the Regiment looking for more. LaRose to the blue line for Sampson, and they almost got it just then. Again, Moncton not out of this game just yet, judging by what we've seen so far. This could be an NFL score by the end of this game. Who needs Thursday night football when you got this?
Who needs football, period?
Max Deneen playing that ahead. Max Deneen's great uncle, Bill, played for the Boston Red Sox in Major League Baseball. Here's LaRose spinning away, out to Sampson, puts that on, and a great save in net by Weiner. You know, the scoreboard might say otherwise, but, you know, these two goaltenders have had a tough gig here as a helmet comes off. Down in front of that, Wood looking to get a couple shots in at Sampson. But as I was saying, scoreboard might tell us otherwise. But these goaltenders have had a good game so far. You know, the nerves was getting the best of them for the first 10 minutes. But again, two experienced netminders just starting to settle in here.
Yeah, that's hockey. There's been some great shots, though, too, right? And like you said, on the second Moncton goal, I mean, McManus makes the save, and it's just a fat rebound. Nobody there defensively to pick up that loose puck and get it out of harm's way. But then coming right back, Maddox Marmalek with a great shot. Jacoby Weiner having a tough time between the pipes. 5 goals on 18 shots. Garner McDougall does not appear to be anxious to remove his starting netminder from the goal. Sometimes coaches will, to try to fire up their bench and try to get the guys out of their complacency if some is setting in. But he wants to stick with his number one guy, I would suspect, for now. We shall see. But you got to like the Regiment shooting percentage, too, if you're into that. I'm not analytical by any stretch of the imagination. It's a waste of time in hockey. But 5 goals and 18 shots is pretty doggone good.
Here's Vekvaneggs. Passing it back for Lazaire. Over to Saint-Gelais. A bouncing puck makes its way past the hash marks. Saint-Gelais to the blue line for Norman. Norman on target. A bouncing puck. Will anybody be able to find it? But Moncton will scoop it up. And here they go. Mercier to Binkley. Beautiful play from him and a great save by Vekvaneggs, and they score! A beautiful wraparound there by the assistant captain, Alex Mercier. The man who took the ceremonial puck drop has found the back of the net for the first time this season.
So they're back within 2, and that was just a tough break for the Regiment. It appeared that it may have went off one of their defenders. It was a bit of a wraparound. It looked like it deflected off something and in. So it's 5-3. Well, you can't let up in the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League. Take your eyes off the prize for 5 seconds and puck's in your net.
Well, I was just going to say, as they were coming down the ice, Moncton's very good on the counterattack, and they got another goal from it. You know,
Yeah,
once they forced
you were
that
right.
turnover, they seem to find the back of the net every time. Again, still lots of hockey left to play, and Raj, it looks like we might be on pace for a football score here. Here's LaRose. McKinnon stripping the puck away from him. It's intercepted. Here's the Regiment with a shot. Danacek testing out Jacoby Weiner there. Now Daniele. Up to LaRose. Belanger lurking. He got Daniele as an option as that's played around the boards. Fortier Gendron turning that one over. Belanger with a swift move. The helmet coming off there.
He's got to get to the bench. McKinnon took a heavy hit there from Danacek.
It's not like old-time hockey anymore. I can't go around like Maurice Richard without a helmet on these days. Obviously, player safety comes first. As Belanger looking to clear the puck.
Oh, there's a penalty. That's a boarding penalty there on Belanger. Moncton's going to the power play for the second time, Seth.
There's Virgilio. Back to Blyle. Through traffic, Vekvaneg's tracking that down. Extra man out there for Moncton, 6-on-5. Virgilio out to the point. There's a shot off the pipe. Picked up once again. Blyle. Veronin. Back to Blyle. Puts it on, deflected in front. Regiment will pick it up.
Yeah, second power play for Moncton coming up as Louis Francois Belanger, or are they calling Liam Arsenault? I thought it was Belanger, to be honest with you. But it'll be Liam Arsenault takes a boarding penalty, and now Moncton go on their second power play. They're 0 for 1. Regiment 2 for 2 so far tonight. So let's see if the specialty teams can continue to soar for the Regiment. A brand new hockey game here. We're halfway home in the second. We have 8 goals on 36 shots. 20-16 in favor of Newfoundland with a 5-3 lead.
Here's Blyle. Moving up. Shot fanned on. Comes back out to Veronin. Veronin down low. Out to Blyle once again. Blyle moving in, holding on his forehand, using his space wisely here. Deneen putting the pressure on. Back down low, and a nice deflection. Friendly bounce. Deneen off to the races with Veronin. He's going to tie him up, and he's going to get the puck. Flipping it over for Gogan, who's looking for his hat trick. He sends it in front. What a save! Unbelievable stop by Weiner. Acrobatic save. And nearly a shorthanded tally for the Regiment. Sent across. Oh, and a save on the other end. Vekvaneg sliding across and nipping the door shut. Some rough stuff in front of the net. You don't touch that goalie. Well, the goaltender's making some big saves there, Raj, on both ends of the ice. This has been a real treat to watch.
Yeah, that was Mikas made a big stop there. And it was an integral save he had to make because the momentum is just, you can feel it. This is a huge penalty kill for Newfoundland. Up by 2. And Mikas Vekvaneg with a deadly save there. Now, Moncton still with lots of time left here, Seth, on this second opportunity. The Regiment go back to what they were doing well when they faced that first Moncton power play. They were just at ease and they played exceptionally well in their own zone. So just take your time, make the smart play, and there you go.
Here's LaRose putting the pressure on Blyle. Blyle calmly skating that up the ice. Blyle will send it back. It'll just get out as Veronin is left to reset. Sends it over to Mercier.
Well, that's...
Mercier brought
they
down.
got away with one there, bud.
Now Perron looking to clear, and he will. Moncton heading for a change, as will the Regiment.
That almost was a 5-on-3, Seth. The Regiment caught a break there.
Virgilio will leave it behind. Here comes Moncton with some space. Trzynski fires just up high and wide. Another player on hat-trick watch in this game. Now here's Belanger. Great effort from him. He might go all the way. He's hauled down in front of the net. And the Regiment.
That boy Louis. Louis.
So it's going to be, after these 18 seconds, it's going to be their third power play of this game. They're 2 for 2 so far. Can they keep the streak going?
Good things happen, man, when you move your feet. I'm telling you right there. That's terrific back checking and then going on the offense by Louis-Francois Bélanger, number 18. This speedy little forward. Saw the great moves there. It's two-set. He's a player to keep your eye on. You're going to call a lot of him this year. I get the feel.
So here we go, 4-on-4 hockey for the first time tonight. And I guess first time this season.
True. Seen it's the opening game. Jacoby Wiener, though, having a little bit of a tough goal, but he settled in a bit, but still 5 goals and 21 shots. Another goal here would be massive for Newfoundland.
Yeah, the next goal is
you
huge.
want to get that 3-goal advantage back. You're playing your best hockey. I know that you can't predicate your success on what the score is all the time, but when you're playing with that much confidence, which they were, get that one back again. Because if Moncton score again, all of a sudden it's a 1-goal game, and you're thinking, hey, where'd our game go? Like, how'd that happen so quickly? So we shall see in 18 seconds. As Seth mentioned, the Regiment already 2 for 2 with a manpower advantage. We'll get a third opportunity, leading 5-3.
So McKinnon will get it moving. Now Vitch looking to pick the puck up. Out for Norman.
So Liam Arsenault ready to come back soon.
Here's Quinn Norman. Over for Marmalak. So 5-on-4 now. 3rd Regiment power play of the game. It's Arsenault behind the net. Now for Vitch. Fires, and a great save by the stick of Weiner. That echoed across Mary Brown Center and downtown St. John's.
Well, good luck for Ben Vitch, his first real scoring opportunity here, playing in front of his family and many friends, and his good buddy up here calling the game. So it's a big night for both, not only Ben Vitch, but for his schoolmate and good pal, Seth High.
Well, it's more about the guys on the ice than myself
I know it
up
is.
here,
I'm just
but
giving you a little pump, that's all.
got to play soccer with him up through, and absolute pleasure. He's a great soccer player, too.
Well, I'm sure he has scouts salivating here, seeing him at that young of age, that big and strong. The sky is the limit.
And his sister Isabella, also a fantastic soccer player. And Andrew Vitch, the newly named captain of the St. John's Caps under-21 team. Here's LaRose. Out to Danachek. Back to LaRose. Spinning away. Holding on, another penalty coming up here.
Took a high stick. Give him the puck.
Here's LaRose now. Vekvanegs didn't realize there was a call. Now he's making his way to the bench. There's a shot. Back around for Sampson. 6-on-4 now for the Regiment.
That hit his skate. There you go.
Now finally touch it. It's Lounsbury who will get the touch. 5-on-3 in a 5-3 game. For 31 seconds, it's McKinnon who will head to the box.
Well, you got to believe you want to score here, Seth, if you can, obviously, anytime you get the opportunity. But 2-man advantage, 31 seconds. And I have to realize, too, how very young these young men are.
Absolutely.
It's not pro hockey anymore. They're 15, 16, 17, 18, and if you're 19 and 20, you're considered old.
You know it's bad when, right?
Wow, you know it's bad. You're right.
No, those are the experienced guys. And like I said in our pregame show, it's a nice mix of old and young, or old in quotations. It's Moncton doing a nice job of killing off this 5-on-3 so far. That's sent in deep, collected by Norman, and here come the Regiment. Up for Bélanger. Holding on. Lots of space now. It's LaRose. Fires. Great save. The rebound is lurking. as it'll roll behind the net. The first successful kill of the evening for Moncton, and they almost got a shorty right there, right out of the box. Vekvaneggs didn't have much room there. Sampson putting that on. It's going to be turned over. Here come the regiment. LaRose moving around, and
too many men on the ice. So the regiment shoot themselves in their collective skatey boots here. Thought that's what the referee indicated.
it looks like this might have been against Moncton.
I believe, yeah, you know what? I thought it was against the regiment, to be quite honest. Garnet McDougall is not too happy. Jonathan Trudell, one of the two referees here tonight, explaining to Garnet McDougall what he saw. The door open, and the Moncton head coach not too pleased. And you're right, Seth, the penalty box door is open.
So will we go back to 5-on-3 here?
Yep.
So 5-on-3 once again for the regiment. By the end of this, they will have 5 power plays on the evening. Their special teams has been the story so far.
2 for 3.
2 goals on the power play for them.
Just need to relax here too, Seth. They got the 2-minute advantage now for a minute 13. Shouldn't be any panicking. I know a lot of teams don't practice it a lot. When you get your opportunity, you just need to kind of more relax, not try to hurry your passes. Don't change your game because you're up a couple men.
So if Moncton can kill these 2 off, this would be huge for them. Regiment not going to make it easy, as it's LaRose. With some space, not a guy you want to give a lot of space to.
Oh, I'll say.
Here's Belanger. Lounsbury attempting to clear. It's Sampson across. Belanger over to Gogin, and he almost had the hat trick.
Yes, he did. He may get it here.
Here's Sampson holding, firing. Couldn't get the shot off. How about that? If he got 3 power play goals in one game, you don't see that very often as a team collectively, let alone one player. And Moncton will gain possession, and they'll flick it down. Head for a change, so a new PK unit coming out. The same power play unit staying out for the regiment. Here's LaRose. LaRose looked to go backdoor. Gogin will pick it up. Hands it off. Sampson fires and deflected just wide of the cage. 10 seconds to go on 5-on-3. LaRose. Sampson. Danacek. Holding. Looking, handing it off for LaRose, fires high and wide, and 5-on-4 now. Here's Gogin, slips it over. LaRose, beautiful pass to Belanger, just couldn't get the shot off in time as Danacek. Spinning, waiting, beautiful saucer pass to Sampson. LaRose, Sampson fires, and a beautiful deflection, and cleared down by Moncton.
Give the Wildcats credit, doing a fine job here, knocking down back-to-back 5-on-3s. Have almost got out of here uncontested. They've got to feel good about themselves now, Seth. Regiment are going to have to buckle up.
Here's Vitch. Ben Vitch down the left side. Spins back. Flicks it out. Daniele will keep it in. Now to Vitch. Moves in. Fires high and wide. We're back to even strength. Perron. Moving it to Arsenault. Now here comes Moncton. Just as they get back to even strength, it's Veronin in on net. Oh, he dropped it off and nobody was home. Saw what he was going for there, but just nobody there to tuck that one in. Here's Perron to Vitch. Ben Vitch holding on. Over to Saint-Gelais. Given away to Moncton once again. Playing it forward. Daniele. Up to Saint-Gelais. Saint-Gelais playing that one in. Vitch being caught on a delayed offsides. Now a backdoor feed in front on the backhand was Tornas. Just couldn't put it into the back of the net. Here's Perron. Flipping that one all the way down the ice. Left off here, and away comes Moncton. Nifty move here by Veronin, but that's shut down by Austin. Austin holding on. Up to Larson. Larson flicking that one over. Makes its way back. McKinnon passes it off the boards. Austin will step up. Picks it up. Leaves it for Larson. Spin move from him. Now Lounsbury. Tornas holding on and scoring! What a shot by Tornas from the top of the circle through traffic. And Moncton are clawing back.
Well, they're defending champs, Mr. Hyde, and they just knocked down back-to-back 5-on-3s despite how long they were. That's always a massive bench boost. And then they just keep coming and coming and coming, and all of a sudden it's a one-goal hockey game. And the Regiment will look back maybe at a missed opportunity. I mean, this game is, they're still leading. They had a 4-1 advantage. Now it's 5-4, and the Wildcats are not going away, nor would we expect them to.
Yeah, this game's far from over. We've said that a lot here so far. And like you just said, the defending champions, they're not just going to roll over and die here. As we near the end of this second period of play, this third is going to be juicy, to say the least. But we still got some time here in this second for more. It was just 3-1 heading into the second period. Now it's 5-4. Here's Marmalak. A heavy hit against him on the boards. Comes over. Blyle sends it ahead to Sampson. Thekveneg's coming out of his crease to play that. Played up to Marmalak. Flips that forward. Nice play by Blyle as he gets moving. Arsenault using the body. Now Daniele. Biagio Jr. Daniele playing it up. Moncton will clear it back in and around the boards. Perron checking his shoulder. And that'll do it for an action-packed second period of play. We saw 5 goals in that second. Raj, what did you see out there?
Well, I don't want to be too repetitive, but obviously not being able to take advantage of those two-man advantages may have cost them a little bit of momentum here. But still, hey, you go to the dressing room, you want to stay positive. You're still in the lead, but you had a 3-goal cushion, and it's gone. And you had your opportunities to tack on. But hey, I'm sure Gordy and his coaching staff would just say, fellas, let's stick to what we were doing and doing well early in this game. Got a little bit away from them, but nevertheless, hey, keep moving your feet. You can't sit back. You don't want to make any panicky plays. But it's the season opener too, so I mean, and they're young men, so they're all excited, trying to do the best they can out there, and mistakes happen from time to time. And it's a highly entertaining game. Fans come, they want to see goals. They're seeing lots of them here tonight. 5 for the home side, 4 for the visitors through 40 minutes of play.
Well, folks, don't you even think about going anywhere. The juicy stuff is just about to happen. The third period right around the corner in this 5-4 matchup. Seth Hyde and the local legend Brian Rogers up here in the Bob Cole Media Center at the Mary Brown Center in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador.
Little boy. Yeah, you go do that. I want Glenn's coming on.
Okay.
I'm going to put Glenn on Bear.
Perfect.
Okay. Welcome back to the Mary Brown Center on this Thursday evening, the 18th of September 2025, for the inaugural Newfoundland Regiment home opener in this 2025-2026 Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League season. Joining me in our second intermission is my long-time friend, mentor, and the president of the Newfoundland Regiment, Mr. Glenn Stanford. And Glenn, I gotta say, my man, I know we had a Q team once upon a time, and it slipped away and got out of town. But this time, you were on a vengeance to get a team back. You worked extremely hard to do that. You and Brett Mead, the new general manager of the Mary Brown Center, worked diligently hard. You found the right people that would finance this hockey club, and here we are tonight. And you must, I know, after a long bit of anxiety and stuff going on, you've reached it here tonight. How do you feel?
Well, look, any time that you go through an opening night in any league, and we've been through it for the last, 25 or 30 years.
Yes.
I mean, opening night is special.
Yep.
Whether it's the Leafs, whether it was the Ice Caps, or whether it was the Growlers, but there's something special about the buzz that's in this town about this product, and you can feel it prior to the game. You can feel it over the last number of months. And we're seeing it here tonight. There's not a seat to be had. All 35 suites sold. Tomorrow night, I think there's like 100 tickets left for tomorrow night. So it's just, it's great to see. And, I think this one, other than the St. John's Ice Caps, has probably been, the best launch of a team that I've been involved with over a long period of time.
That's a great point, and I agree 100%. And I'm not just saying that because we've been together for a long time, but you could feel the emotion here. Just everybody involved was so invested in that, and it was just so well done. And I know there's a lot of people behind the scenes that have worked so tirelessly hard to put it together. It's a testament to the crew that you've assembled. And, you went out and you got the right people, and they came through here with shining colors just to get us going and up and running. I mean, it feels like the sky's the limit for the franchise this time, and I know in your heart that you feel, and I feel the same way, that this is not going anywhere anytime soon.
No, I don't think so. Look, it's up to with all the teams that were here over the years. It's always been up to the community to support them, and I said it last January when we had the launch for our corporate program last January the 10th. People are wrong to say that St. John's hasn't supported hockey over the last 25 years, and St. John's is not a hockey town. They were a hockey town during the St. John's Maple Leafs. They were a hockey town during the St. John's Ice Caps. And they were a hockey town during the Newfoundland Growlers. And they all left for different reasons.
That's right.
None of them had anything to do with the support of the hockey teams.
No,
everything else. Toronto Maple Leafs wanted to move their franchise closer, and we go on from there. So the town, the community, the corporate partners have always supported hockey here. They're supporting it again in great numbers tonight. And, to your point, I don't think this is going anywhere in the very near future.
Yeah, that's good, Glenn. And, like I said it on the air earlier, and I'm not scared to say it. It was almost like first time around, it just wasn't the right fit. And I'm not going to knock or mention names, but when you don't have hockey people running a hockey team, things can go south pretty quickly. Let's be honest.
Well, I wasn't around, after the Leafs left in 2005. I ended up in Idaho and then Hamilton.
That's right, Boise.
And Boise, and then in Hamilton for 6 or 7 years. So,
but you got a couple rings there. I just had to interject that, right? Yeah. I know you're not going to talk about it, but you did get rings.
Yeah, but, to be fair to the Fog Devils at the time, the Leafs had just left.
That's true.
And, in March or April, and the Fog Devils came in September. And no, they didn't have a break from hockey, and they were an expansion team. And, an expansion team comes in, and you're not very good in the sense of competitive-wise because you're young, and you are an expansion team. And, people needed to be educated about junior hockey and, the 4-year cycle, and we're going through it here right now. Except, we're getting our guys in year 2 or 3 of the 4-year cycle, so the team is a little bit competitive, and I think that might have had a lot to do with with the Fog Devils back 20 odd years ago. I mean, people were used to watching American Hockey League, and then the next season you're watching Junior Hockey League, and they didn't really relate to the product. And I think this has been a little bit different. We had a year off from ECHL, so people were a little bit, starved for hockey. And I really think that the community know this league a lot better than what they did for the ECHL.
Yes.
American Hockey League, and I think they knew the players because they're always going up to the National Hockey League. But, the kids that are around now go to school with our players. The kids that are around now know the Newfoundland players who are not playing with our team and playing with other teams. Parents know. It's the right time for this product to be in St. John's.
Yeah. And Glenn, as a former teacher, this has to be enlightening for you too to see. I mean, I'm getting a kick out of running 3 young guys up to Gonzaga to get them into class in time and then pick them up after school. I feel like a parent all over again. Oh, my kids are all older and have their own families and such. But as a former educator, explain to the people that are tuned in about how important it is in the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League.
Well, it's so important that we had to hire a full-time education coordinator.
Here you go.
That's how important it is to us. And, we were fortunate enough to get Tom Moret, who was a teacher at Gonzaga and a former hockey coach at Gonzaga. And he actually, I think, coached some of the Fog Devil days, or certainly taught some of the Fog Devil players back in when they're first here for a year or two. So Tom has been a wonderful addition to our staff, and he keeps an eye on the players, those who are going to school, those who are doing studies online. It's Tom's responsibility to really act as a teacher for these players. And one of the things that the league asked me when I said, look, we need to go on a little bit longer road trips. We can't go out for 2 games and back. I mean, we'll be out of business pretty quick. And so, they said, well, we're a little concerned about the longer road trips because, who is going to take care of the students from an education perspective? And we said Tom will travel with the team on those long road trips.
Wow, that's good.
Tom wasn't very happy with it. But
when he gets his per diem, he will.
So we've been very fortunate to have Tom. That's an aspect of hockey that I have not had to deal with. I've been in pro pretty well all the time here. Learning that part of the game here with regards to our junior kids. But, very fortunate to have a guy like Tom Moret who can step in, act like a teacher because he is a teacher. He just retired. So we're very fortunate in that regard.
Yep. And great recruitment with all the different people, all the different facets that it takes. You've been at the helm of all the hockey. You've been the glue guy. I've said that forever, and it's nothing but the truth. But it's a great group. Everybody seems to get along. It's nice that we're part of Atlantic Canada. We get a lot of Maritimers that are coming in. There's lots of family invested in this. Even our young American player, Max Deneen, his dad came up from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. We used to pass that city all the time, going from Portland on to Worcester or Lowell, wherever we would go back in the day. You remember those days well. So I think that, is there any chance that maybe one day this will be called the Quebec Atlantic Junior Hockey League?
I don't know. It took them 20-odd years to get from the Maritime to Major to Maritime. So,
True enough.
Let's give them some time to breathe.
See what
happens.
But I just think about, when I think about Atlantic Canada, it's Newfoundland, Labrador, and the 3 maritime provinces, and that's what it is. But it's been great. Your thoughts on opening night here? We get scored on the very first shot. Poor Seth there at first. I thought, they just be patient. You're going to, and then of course 3 minutes later, you're leading 3-1, and that's kind of the nature of the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League.
Listen, you're up 5-1 and hang tight here. The game changes.
That's just it.
And we saw that a little bit in the ECHL. Where, no lead is a safe lead, and you're seeing it here. I mean, this is the ups and lows of junior hockey here. But look, it's if someone had asked me last week that you get through your opening ceremonies and your opening night to be up 5-4 at the second intermission, I'd say I'd take it.
I'll take that.
I'll take that for
every single time, guaranteed. You know what, Glenn? What was awesome was just the reaction of the fans. I know you and the group went up to the draft in Quebec City, which was a phenomenal event. Great to watch in Eastlink that night. It was fantastic. But to hear the response of the local youngsters, too. I mean, we've got 2 great young kids, and they're great young hockey players, and the sky's the limit. But just the vibe in here when their names were announced had to send a chill through your spine. Seriously.
Yeah, listen, I mean, and 2 legit players, right? When we went to the draft, Gordy and the scouting staff did a fantastic job, because I stay out of that stuff.
Yep.
And then, you hire good people and you get out of the way. But they legit had, Ben and Quinn at 5 and 6 in the first draft, and in the first round, I should say. And then, to see them come through, to see the response that they got tonight, and at 16 years old.
That's just it.
So
Quinn's still 15. He told me, he said, Raj, I don't have my license yet. I said, well, that's why you're driving with me until you get your license, but it won't be long.
Yeah.
But how much poise for a 15-year-old?
Absolutely. And then, they're the face of our franchise here for the next 3-4 years, because, they'll be here for that amount of time. So, listen, it's hard to hear down on the ice sometimes, but obviously, the fans certainly gave those 2 local boys a good ovation.
That was a lovely. I'm sure you want to tip your hat to the owners. That it's certainly quite a venture, as you well know, having run hockey around here forever, 30 plus years. It's a big dig. You got to dig down deep to bring it all together. But to have them involved in the opening ceremony and to fire the cannon, it was a special moment too, and well invested, obviously.
Well, look, as you know, ownership is everything. And then, if we had to sit down a year or so ago and say, what families are around that you think could be involved in an ownership of hockey, you couldn't pick any 3 better families, with the Pattons, the Steels, and the Sharps.
Yeah.
And so we've been extremely lucky, extremely fortunate to have those guys involved. They allow me to kind of do my job on a day-to-day basis, and same with the hockey side of things. So very fortunate to have those 3 guys involved. And as was said tonight and before they fired off the cannon, this thing would not have taken place without them.
Yeah. Well, Glenn, listen, thanks so much for taking time to join us on our inaugural broadcast here, part of the Newfoundland Regiment. I wish you nothing but the greatest success, and I do in my heart, and I don't want to, fall apart on the air, but I knew you were going to do it, because that's who you are. And all of Newfoundland and Labrador owe you a great deal. And I know that you're not a me, myself, and Irene guy at all, but you deserve a lot of credit. So I hope that you feel good about what's transpiring, because I know you had some heartache in the past, but you stayed with it. And you're the reason why there's hockey in Newfoundland and Labrador, Glenn Stanford. So never ever forget that, my dear friend.
Well, I appreciate that. And as you know, there's a tremendous staff, our group, you included, that came from the Growlers, and Kenny O'Leary he's titled as vice president, and he should be vice president, jack of all trades, because the guy just does
unreal,
amazing things. Dave Sims, our production guy here, who ran the show here tonight in our opening ceremonies, and Kim Peters, who I asked to come back last January for a week, and she's still coming. So she fell for
and delivering. Look at this.
Yeah,
right?
She fell for the old 1 week. Can you help me out for a few minutes? But they've been tremendous. They've been tremendous people, and as you know, it takes a team to do all this together. And it's been a great support staff. With the regiment staff down at the old Bank of Montreal building on Water Street. So, this is not a one-man show. As you know, it takes a lot of people to put this together.
Yeah, and I was not alluding to that because I know that that's what you do. You put together hockey families is what I like to christen it as, because that's what we are, and we're getting bigger and stronger every day. Glenn, continued success, and thank you very much for the opportunity to come in. I just wanted to get a final thought on it, to see Marty Kingston at 69, almost as old as this guy, but a brand new voice here in a broadcast booth. We had him as an 8-year-old when he was the Capital Hyundai junior reporter of the game. He took us for a spin around the rink there as an 8-year-old for a few minutes in the second, I recall. And now he's in his air chair, and I think that's a tremendous opportunity, not only for him, but for the organization as well. Fresh blood, new voice, and just a great smile. Just a great young man.
Well, he is. I mean, look,
young man.
We had an eye on him for a while, and then it's nice to get the young and then the veteran here beside him to guide him along the way. So, we expect great things from Seth and yourself, obviously, and we're just delighted that we're able to bring the young guy in with the old guy.
Thank you so much, Glenn Stanford, president of the Newfoundland Regiment. And it won't be long now, folks, where you start hearing all kinds of good vibes about hosting a Memorial Cup, being a Quebec Maritime Major Junior Hockey League champion as well. Mr. Glenn Stanford. And if it wasn't for, and I'll just cut to the chase now that he's gone, I wouldn't be where I am today without Mr. Glenn Stanford. And I owe him a great deal of gratitude and love, and just so happy. Seth, welcome back, buddy. You're going to have to Get your emotions in check here for what should be a wild and woolly third period of action with the regiment leading by a score of 5-4. You've had a chance to kind of walk away from the broadcast booth. How you feeling after 40 minutes in your first game?
Let's drop the puck for the third period, baby. I'm pumped. Talking to some people around the broadcast booth, the media center. Everybody's excited. I mean, I know that this third period's going to be pretty, jittering here. But everybody is very, very excited. They've said this night has been a huge success. And, I mean, just take a look around us. It's been absolutely amazing so far here tonight. And, a big thank you to our guests, the Moncton Wildcats. It's not easy to come into a building of 6,300 rowdy Newfoundlanders and Labradorians. And they're clawing their way back. No pun intended. But the regiment...
But you're quick, kiddo. That's why you're here. Now, it should be a good third period. I hope the fellas don't feel the pressure. I mean, we talked about the league getting away, but I found in the first time around in the queue that most nights it was kind of frenetic. You didn't know what you were going to see. You didn't know what to expect from shift to shift because they are so young and exuberant and wild and wacky. At times you don't know what you're going to see, and I got a feeling that it's going to be that way most of the season as well. There's going to be a lot of nights you're going to say, whoa, did you see that? Or I can't believe what I saw, or I do believe what I saw.
Well, the regiment, of course, having a dream preseason. They went 5-0, of course, playing away from Newfoundland and Labrador due to the Canada Summer Games. I mean, this has been a great year for Newfoundland and Labrador. The year of sport, actually, here, 2025.
Yep.
And the Newfoundland Regiment was not planned to be a team when they announced that this year would be the year of sports, so what a great way to finish it off.
Well, it's just an absolute icing on top of the cake. Yeah, it was quite the experience that we had for the Canada Summer Games, both Seth and I.
Yeah, and
we're fortunate enough to be part of the Universal Media crowd out of Charlottetown, and you and Matt Little did a great job. I had my partner Billy Hart from Coast 1011. It was just a blast to work with. A great guy. He's here in the building tonight doing some MC work. Here you go, bro. Bring it home.
Well, we're back underway for the third and final period of play from the Mary Brown Center. Myself, Seth Hyde, and Brian Rogers from the Bob Cole Media Center. There's a stretch pass. That looked a bit troublesome for the regiment. Moncton coming out flying here. It's a backdoor feed. Oh, my goodness. So narrowly there for Kuzma Voronin. As the regiment take it up the other way, it's Belanger. Spinning it down behind the net for LaRose, who picks up the puck. Now Belanger looking to get the puck back. Lounsbury moving it forward. Voronin leaves it. McKinnon puts one on, and a beautiful block by Perron. Now a 2-on-1 being sprung the other way. Arsenault with the shot. Hit the goaltender, hit the bar, and went out of play. Well, what an action-packed start to this third period. Both teams definitely not holding back.
And you would not expect them to. This is the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League. Lots of excitement here in just opening night. 9 goals through 40 minutes of play as well. Well, memories being made here tonight, Seth, for sure, buddy.
Oh, we'll never forget this one, that's for sure. Sampson leaves it behind. Marmalak. Fans on the shot. I mean, this truly does feel like a playoff game here, and this is only the first game of the season. Both of these teams want to win this one so bad and put out a statement to the rest of the league. Here's Arsenault. Beautiful backdoor feed. Now it's sent in front of the net. Gogan got tied up. Talked about it a lot. He got 2 goals so far tonight. Can he get the first hat trick in regiment history? Out to the point for Norman, who puts it on. Stopped in front of the net by Blyle. And he'll move it out to the near wing. Mercier. Norman attempting to clear. Now Sampson losing the puck to Sampson. All the way around the boards. Picked up by Diamond. Who'll hand it off for Batchelder. Norman look to clear. Pops out in front of the net, and a weird bounce off the stick of Thornborough. Out to Diamond. Thornborough looking to get the puck. Back to Diamond once again. Hands it off. Diamond will collect. Throws that puck back in front. Deneen will intercept. Batchilder throws it over to Sampson. Sent back over to Thornborough. That pass was broken up. LaRose passing that over for Wood. Had some trouble finding it. Now it's Deneen racing in, putting it on along the side. Drops it back around the boards to Lazier. Lazier putting that one on. Blocked by Wood. He holds on. Moncton will step in and pick it up. Thornborough losing it to LaRose.
Wow, he's been all over the ice, Seth.
He truly is an incredible player.
And he plays 200 feet, Seth, at both ends.
Here's Larson. Now Vitch swooping in to get the puck. Couldn't get the pass off in time as away goes Moncton. Veronin with speed. Fires on a great save. Vekvaneg's huge stop. But not so fast. Moncton still with the puck. Thrown in front, and the regiment will pick it up. Sends it up to Vitch, who attempts to bat it down. Now Frontier Gendron passes it off. There's a shot, a bobbling puck heading into the corner. Now Lounsbury. Back out high, another one. Vekvaneg didn't seem to see that one. Just whistled wide of the net as Saint-Gelais. Now Perron looking to clear. Played into the corner for Tornes. Intercepted by Vitch, who will pass that off the boards and out. Picked up by Sampson. Sampson moving in, puts one on just to try his luck. Here's Binkley to Mercier. Back to Binkley. Holding on. Sent ahead to LaRose. Moncton doing a great job of moving the puck here. We're seeing a lot of what we saw in the first period. Lots of neutral zone play here in the last couple of minutes. And in the first and second period, we saw a goal in the opening minute, not in the third. Here's Binkley. Putting that down. Perron has a look. Now Danacek going to ground, still getting the pass off to Arsenault. Holding and firing, and a deflection rolls just wide of the cage.
Didn't miss by much.
Here comes Blyle.
That's offside.
Bringing it in and an offside
Sorry, bud.
call.
Didn't mean to jump in there on
No.
you. But hey, so the regiment still have the 1-goal lead. We play, 5:09 here in the third. And the pace is a little bit, is not as frenetic as it was earlier here. No team wants to make the mistake, especially the regiment. They don't want to allow Moncton the tying goal here.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to describe it. You know, both teams kind of sitting back a bit here. Like you said, not trying to make that mistake.
Well, they don't. They want to play flawless here. And that's not possible in the game of hockey.
Here's Arsenault swooping in to get it. Sent around the boards. Marmalak going after it. Comes out to the point for Perron, who puts it on. And there's another shot. Oh, bouncing puck. Marmalak looked to go to the back door. Now Perron puts that high and wide. Here's Arsenault. Out to the blue line. Girard. With the shot, it got deflected away. Now it's Gogan.
See him win that battle?
Now a 3-on-2, 4-on-2 now for Moncton, but what a play by Emile Perron. Now the regiment looking to launch a counterattack here. It's Gogan leaving it for Perron, the overager on the Newfoundland Regiment and the assistant captain. Now it's Gogan. Puts it on, and oh, what a save by Weiner. That was Gogan's chance for his hat trick, but Weiner tracking that one down.
Yeah, and he got a good shot away too, Seth, and he kind of talked to himself, did Tyson. And he's had a real good game. Good, solid player. Back and forth he goes.
I'd just like to take a quick moment to talk about Quinn Norman. And I know we're going to be talking a lot about him this season, but I had to share this story. So Quinn's late uncle, Dennis Eason, served in the military and started with the Newfoundland Regiment. So while Quinn was at the draft, he wore a poppy in his honor, and now he's on the Newfoundland Regiment hockey team. And I'm sure his Uncle Dennis is looking down with a smile on his face.
You know now, that's a great story.
So, fan of the game coming up here, Brian. Do you think we have a chance at winning it up here in the broadcast booth? This has been an incredible game. Fans have had lots to cheer about so far.
Now, that's not to say that a Big Mary chicken sandwich wouldn't go astray after tonight's game. I gotta stop thinking about my stomach.
Well, a couple
that
of
little buddy, he's a happy camper. Look at him. He's all smiles. He just got himself, $100 worth of.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
So a couple of traveling Moncton Wildcat fans we've seen here in the crowd today amongst the 6,000 sea of Newfoundlanders and Labradorians.
That's only a hop, skipping, and junk over there from the hub city. We forget how close we are to our maritime brothers and sisters.
Here's Sampson. Putting that downstairs. Wood couldn't get a stick on it. Now Blyle attempted to play it ahead. Wood will get it back. Holding on his forehand. Wrapping around to Sampson. Puts that on, and a beautiful block by Binkley. He lost his stick, and that'll end up working out for the Wildcats here as they'll clear that out. Vecvin Eggs will cover up with 13-14 left to go in this matchup. 5-4 our score. Shots on net 28-19 in favor of the regiment. Here's Tornas, right off the draw. Oh, that was close.
Big save.
Scored the last goal for Moncton in this one. Frontier Gendron trying his luck from the blue line. Now Tornas with it again. Holding on his backhand, calmly playing it back in. And that'll be sent out, and it'll roll all the way down. Moncton left to reset. Oh, a coughed up puck here. It's Danacek to the back door, and the regiment just couldn't get it. Oh, what a great chance that was for them. Got to use some more Howie stick wax there to keep that puck on your stick. Now a chance.
Oh, Meekus has made 2 or 3 big saves here, Seth.
Tornas looking to sneak to the front of the goal. Diamond will scoop it back up. And the fans trying to encourage the hometown team here as LaRose.
Pretty quiet. Some of them are not quite real sure what's going on down there. Let's get the noise going, get the boys jacked up.
Here's Veronin holding on, waiting with it behind the net. And now we have a delayed penalty coming up here.
It's going on the power play.
So a huge power play for Moncton and an even bigger penalty kill for the regiment.
Yep, indeed. Newfoundland 2 for 5 on the power play tonight. They scored back-to-back power play goals, both by Ty Gogan. And now Emile Perron will go to the sin bin, hopefully for 2, being a homer saying that. Slashing is the call at 8:10 here in the third period. So far, so good for the regiment through the first 8:10 until the penalty call. So this will be Moncton's third opportunity in the game. Now the regiment had 2 5-on-3s at one point. And it appears that Jacoby Wiener needs an adjustment to his goaltending pads. So you're right, Seth. This is a big, big penalty kill for the regiment, to say the least, leading by 1.
They've been 2 for 2 so far, knock on wood, on the penalty kill. Moncton looking to change that and change it in a big way. Here is Blyle, passing it across. Veronin moving it back. Blyle couldn't collect. Weiner will leave it for Blyle. He will spin around and get his feet going. Tornas. Lovely stick work from him. Now Lounsbury looked to the back door. The door was shut and locked as the regiment clear that down. Blyle will get it.
Nice defensive play by Oliver Sampson. Again, he's been a beast, Seth, both ends of the ring.
Here's Blyle. Moving in, sends it back, and another arid pass will make its way out. LaRose putting the pressure on Tornas.
Shorty be nice right about now.
Here's Blyle. Creeping along the blue line, he'll send it in as that rolls around the boards. And LaRose will turn and fire all the way down. Deneen is going to get there first. What a great hustle, short-handed. Ooh. Deneen taking the hit.
Yeah.
Blyle will leave it behind. Fortier Gendron drops it off. Moncton with some changes here as they try to get it past the blue line. The regiment won't let them, but now they're creeping in, and there's a shot deflected up high. Thought it hit the netting, but it hit just the very top of the glass. Virgilio to Binkley. Puts it on. That's blocked. Gogin turns.
Good job.
Clears it down.
Great job by Tyson Gogan there. 2 goals and playing excellent defense as well.
Everybody here holding their breath as soon as Moncton gets it past.
That's what it is.
That red line, and you could just hear the relief in the crowd, but not so fast. Here come the Wildcats once again. Virgilio, beautiful pitch and catch. Holds onto the puck, fires it on, and they score! Just as the penalty was going to expire, but it's going to be waved off. A high stick, and the regiment will get a lifeline here with 9:47 left to go.
Well, that would have been a tough one to swallow there, Seth, because they did a good job on the penalty kill, and then at the last second, a shot through traffic and a high stick redirecting it. And there you see it right there. You can celebrate all you want, but that's no goal.
Well, that was a very, very close call there for the regiment.
It was indeed. So you're halfway home. You got a 1-goal lead. No need to panic.
So here we go, back in business after that scare for the regiment. Moncton, that's a tough thing to recover from. You know, you get that tying goal, you have that feeling, and then it's snatched away.
Some former Q players from Newfoundland Labrador in the crowd tonight wearing their former jerseys. Saw a few Halifax Mooseheads, Ryan Power in particular, over there. Ryan now a strength and conditioning coach of the regiment, doing a great job keeping these young guys in shape.
Here come the regiment now. It's Wood across the red and now blue line. Wood comes in. Picked up by Larson, who uses the body. Comes around for Norman. Norman down low for Wood. Look to send that to the front of the goal. Saint-Gelais tries to find it.
Start winning those little battles down there deep in the Moncton zone, Seth. Keep them out of their end.
Here's Norman putting it right back into the corner. Passed up ice, backhanded in by Trzynski, and sent even farther by Vekvanegs. Here's McPhee to Mercier. Back down to McPhee. Gets hit up against the boards by Perron. Moncton looking dangerous down low. And that's in the net! Can you believe that? Mercier on the wraparound gets his second goal of the game. That somehow crossed the goal line.
That's a tough one to swallow there for the Regiment. They looked like they were in pretty good shape in their own zone, and then just a harmless kind of wraparound play, deflected off something obviously, and slipped in behind Mikas Beckman-Eggs, and it's a tie hockey game. So the Moncton Wildcats, defending Quebec Maritime champions, showing you why, and erasing a 4-1 second period deficit. And it was in the first minute of the second when the Regiment took that 4-1 lead. And all of a sudden, the Moncton Wildcats have got momentum wearing their jersey.
Here's Daniele. Holding onto the puck, they'll drop it off for Samson. And a bobbled puck here by LaRose could be troublesome. Tornas from the side, cleared away by Samson. Out to the point for Fortier Gendron. Veronin moving it down for Tornas. Around now Danacek, looking to use the body. Samson. Now Danacek brought down, pops that up high in the air. Here's LaRose. Puts that on, deflected up, off the netting, and out of play.
Well, it's very quiet here at the Mary Brown Center after an emotional opening ceremony and a 4-1 lead at one point, now a 5-5 tie. Now it's time for the fans not to sit on their hands. This is where the Regiment need them at their best. Well, we're going to see lots of this. This is the nature of the game in this league. Young hockey players, skilled hockey players, but you're going to get the ebbs and flows and the highs and lows. Not to be repetitive, but that's the nature of the game.
Yeah, there's been a lot of highs and lows here just in this matchup that we've seen. You know, you let in a goal 42 seconds into the game, then you score 4 unanswered, and it's just been up and down for both teams. And now Arsenault, huge win on the boards there, but Gogan was lurking in front of the net, which he loves so much. Has scored 2 goals from below the hash marks in this game. The first one was probably right at the hash marks, as it's Trzynski. We have 3 players on hat-trick watch now for both teams.
Got to stay out of the box here now.
Binkley plays it out to the point. There's a shot. Beckman-Eggs making the save with 7:12 left to go in the third period. This third has felt like an eternity for both of these squads.
Well, Moncton are happy with the way it's going for Shoreset being the visitor. And they've taken the crowd out of it. So now it's the Regiment's turn to get the crowd jacked up again. Maybe Justin LaRose goes for a dash here.
Yeah, he's seen lots of ice time so far in this game, and he's just going to keep seeing even more.
Well, he hasn't scored yet, and he's a pure goal scorer, so don't be surprised if he's the guy that dents the twine next for the Regiment.
And I didn't realize how much he wears that mouth guard. He was even wearing that in the skills competition there last Saturday. Here's Vitch. Out to Lazaire. Now Samson to Lazaire. Puts it on, and LaRose got brought down in front of the net. A penalty coming up for Moncton, and a huge power play for the Regiment. Vitch in there.
He's checking his mouth. He took a cross check or a high stick, and if there's blood, so it's only going to be a minor, I believe.
Going to be 2.
Well, this is huge here, Seth, obviously. I mean, it's power play number 6. They scored back-to-back goals in their first 2 opportunities and then let those 2 5-on-3s kind of slip away, but a lot of teams do. That's not a negative comment whatsoever. A lot of teams don't practice 5-on-3s much. You really don't get afforded those opportunities a great deal. But they got 2 back-to-back here in the opening night. Now they need to score here, but they're going to do this all over again.
So this first power play unit going out there.
If we get a Well, they're going to put the time back on the clock. I guess they didn't like the way the puck was dropped, so they'll do it again. I guess they're going to put a second back up. There you go. All right. Here's the hockey game right here.
Here's Sampson to LaRose. Now to Danacek. Back to LaRose. Regiment get it moving down low. Gogan will collect it again. Tyson Gogan holding on. Back to LaRose. Now to Sampson. Danacek winds up and fires on a great save. There's Danacek again now. Throws it over for LaRose, who puts it on. A bobbled puck as Gogan will move it back to LaRose. And this is going to be cleared by the Wildcats. No, it looked like it hit their bench. So it'll be a face-off just outside of the zone, or will it enter the zone? Let's see.
I think it's coming back into Moncton territory here. I thought I hit a player. They're trying to get a little mini wave going here now, Seth.
That's what we love to see here on opening night.
Well, get some energy going in the building again. I've been telling the boys how loud it was going to be, and let's hear some more loud.
Oh, here we go. It's working. It's almost made a full lap. It's nearly there. And we've got a full wave here on opening night as the Wildcats will clear that down. You'll see it coming by your screen there. What an atmosphere for this power play for the Regiment. Here's Sampson. Drops it off. Will just get out of the zone as Belanger will get it moving once again. This place is rocking. Now Danacek.
Give him a reason to.
Out to Sampson. Now it's LaRose. LaRose dancing in, holding onto the puck. He has it behind the net in his office. As Danacek will flick it out to Sampson. He fires it high and wide. Now Danacek to Gogan. Back to Sampson. There's a shot. They score! It's a power play marker for Luis Francois Belanger. The go-ahead goal. The Regiment are back on top.
There he is, just waiting for Louis Francois Belanger to deliver a c'est le but. Top shelf rocket, 6-5 Regiment, 14:34. A power play marker, the third of the night.
You said give them something to cheer about. How's that? 50% on the power play so far tonight. That was a beauty. I love you putting the French twist on that one.
Only a matter of time before young Belanger made his presence felt. I've been in awe watching him since he got here. And he can really flat-out fly just so many good things. And he just showed you a great release. Weiner had no chance on that. Garner McDougall not too pleased with Jesse Gower or Jonathan Trudell. That lots of energy from Garnett. And his players, I'm sure, are hearing everything that he has to say to the officials. They're probably saying, let's get one back for the big guy here. So a massive goal by Jean-Louis Belanger to make it 6-5.
So here we go, back in play. Regiment with the lead again, but judging by how this game has gone, this is far from over just yet. This is going to be a long 5 minutes for both of these teams.
Regiment need to stay to the box because they know what could be coming here, Seth.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Special teams have been the story in this game so far, especially for the Regiment.
3 for 6.
And 3 for 3 on the penalty kill
as
well. Moncton looking to get something going. There's a shot blocked in traffic. Veronin back in deep. Now Tournas to the front of the net. Turned over. Here comes Larson. Lyndon Larson to Arsenault. Puts it on and deflected just wide. Arsenault. Now Belanger. Puts that on right now with the game-winning goal as it stands. Larson to Sampson. Puts that on and easily gloved down in net by Weiner.
I'm sure that Gordie Dwyer and his coaching staff want to see the regiment push here in the final 4:17. Do not let the Wildcats an easy entry out of their own zone and let them go on an offensive foray into regiment territory. Hey, look at this, Seth. 50-50s, $37,770.
My mom won the 50-50.
Are you serious?
I'm not joking. My mom won the 50-50. Oh my gosh.
We need a Big Mary.
David just came up and showed me. My mom won the jackpot. No way. What an opening night.
You just got 3 new
Oh
suits.
my
Maybe you can go get 3 more.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I promise we didn't rig this, folks. I promise. My mom just won the 50-50. David just showed me.
And this is one of the greatest days in her life, too,
Oh
because
my
her boys
gosh.
doing the play-by-play of the regiment.
Daryl said he wants that.
Oh, we'll have to split that between everybody up here in the media center now.
You should text your mom and tell her that we're both hungry and we wouldn't mind. A Big Mary for after the game. I'm only kidding.
I can't believe that. Oh my gosh. We were just talking about how big that jackpot was.
I know, I just said, and then all of a sudden your mom, oh my star set. Wow. So cool.
Here's Danacek. Passing that up. Belanger with LaRose with him. Comes out to the blue line for Norman, who puts one on. Rolling around and now out to Sampson. Now Danacek. Danacek will get it again, and he comes in and a great save. It's still there, but now it'll be cleared as Sampson will go after it. Here comes Fortier Gendron.
Get it back down there, boys. Get on the hunt.
Here's McKinnon. Cough that up to Danacek. Fortier Gendron will rim that one around the glass. Veronin back down once again. Marmalak. Flipped up, out to center, and rolling down. Virgilio passes off. Sent ahead, the Wildcats looking to get something going. Heads up to everybody in the crowd as that puck flies up. Heads out of play with 2:49 left to go in the third period. So shots on goal right now, 34-22 for the regiment. And they just got to bring it home here now. They're almost there. This sold-out crowd of nearly 6,300 wants a win, and they're so nearly there.
2.5 to go. This is where you want to see some poised hockey played here now.
Here's Marmalak. Puts that on.
There you go.
Nice save in net by Weiner. This is where you want to put those European guys on the ice and play that defensive park the bus style of game for the regiment.
.218 remaining here in this crazy opening night on this Thursday, the 18th of September, 2025. What a night it's been so far.
Here's Virgilio. Up to Binkley. Binkley
offside.
bringing in an offsides call against the Wildcats.
Yeah, Ryan Chudzinski was in ahead of the play, hungry like the wolf, looking for his hattie. He's got 2 of the Moncton 5 tallies here so far tonight. Another big crowd for tomorrow night too, Seth. Glenn was saying in our second intermission, only 100 tickets remaining.
Ooh.
For tomorrow night's rematch.
Anybody from Newfoundland and Labrador watching at home, get the hottest ticket in town. Flared down the ice, a tip. And we're at the 2-minute warning here in this third period of play. What an opening night. Here's Mercier, handing it off. Belanger, bringing it into his own end. Up to Danicek.
Slow things down, yeah.
Now here's LaRose. LaRose hanging on. He'll pass it off to Sampson. Moncton bringing it back into their own end, and now they'll take it out. Tommy Blyle.
There goes Weiner.
Now Mercier bringing it in. Oh, a fan-on shot. The rebound is there. A wraparound chance and some huge blocks by the Regiment.
That was Belanger.
Tornas playing it out to the blue line. Extra man out there for Moncton. 1:05 left to go. It's sent over for Tornas and off the tip of the glove and out with 1:02 left to go in this third period of play.
Well, you want excitement? You sure have got it here this evening. Not only a sold-out crowd here at the Mary Brown Center, all the booths, everything's filled. Everything is filled here.
And a 50-50 win to cap it off.
Yeah. Probably keep that a little low-key the rest of the night, though, hey. Right? It's probably a good thing. As exciting as it is.
Well, most of Canada knows now. Well, yeah. Celebration a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I realize that, but just don't point out Mom, okay? Maybe get her a bucket to put on her head or something to get out of the rink with.
Well, the crowd singing Sweet Caroline here with 1:02 left to go.
Well, they're still 62 seconds away, so big face-off coming up here in the Regiment zone.
So here we go, a huge face-off for the Moncton Wildcats with 1:02 left to go. Lounsbury versus Gogan. Can Gogan get his hat trick off the empty netter here? He'll get kicked out of the draw before, as Arsenault will step in to take it. Biggest face-off of the night is won by the Wildcats. Here's Blyle. Out to Tornas. Tornas will put it on. That's blocked. Arsenault looking to get the flick. LaRose will get it out. It's Gogan. Can't get the hat trick. LaRose puts it wide. And there's the icing on the cake. The first ever Newfoundland Regiment game is going to end with a touchdown and a victory.
Well, there you have the captain. And it was only a matter of time, whether it's an empty netter or he scores with a goalie between the pipes. It's irrelevant. He has been a monster here tonight. That's his third point. His first goal as a Regiment is an insurance tally. Now, I never celebrate till the final buzzer, but with 44.2 seconds left, if Moncton were able to come back and tie this game, well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. But hey, stranger things have happened. So they need to win this face-off here, get possession, and then just kill the clock.
Well, here we go. It's Veronin. There goes the goaltender once again, and Gojin just got the puck, but an offsides call. Well, if you like goals, this was the game for you. Maybe not the game for our goaltending coach, Marek Benda, but 7-5 our score. And again, kudos to the goaltenders. They've seen some tough shots here this evening.
Tyson Gogan picks up his third point of the night with an assist on the LaRose empty net tally.
That's tapped off the boards. LaRose looking to get it again. It's Blyle. Moncton not going to give up. Blyle takes the shot. It takes a deflection and heads into the crowd for another faceoff.
Little souvenir down there. Haven't had a lot of pucks go into the crowd in this game here tonight, which is a good thing. Safety first. You could hear the sigh of relief in the building when Justin hit the yawning cage to make it 7-5. The instantaneous roar tells you everything you need to know.
Tournas passes it off. Virgilio hands it over. Sent down low. Moncton looking for more here. Lounsbury will leave it for Tournas. Tournas puts it on. That shot's blocked.
Another block.
Now Arsenault. Can he get it to Gojin? It's blocked off the stick. Regiment still want one more. Their first ever game will be their first ever win. The Newfoundland Regiment have defeated the defending champions. The Rock is rocking. A 7-5 win and an opening night victory for a sold-out Mile 1 center.
Attaboy, Seth. Great job, buddy. Congratulations on your first victory as the voice of the regiment. Great job.
Well, what a valiant effort by the Moncton Wildcats here tonight. Again, coming into a building of ranting and roaring Newfoundlanders and Labradorians is not easy. They'll be back in action tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. It'll be Wildcats versus Regiment. That is going to be a dandy game if it's anything like tonight's game. Well, what an electric start to the season. My name is Seth Hyde alongside Brian Rogers. Thank you for tuning into this one. Be sure to be kind to one another, stay safe, and we will see you tomorrow night for a rematch between the Wildcats and the Regiment. Have a great night, folks.